Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're live with the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show, broadcasting from the world famous Governors Comedy Clubs in Levittown. There we go. Today is, what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Wednesday. It's Wednesday all day?
I think so. Until around 11:30?
I want this day to be over with already. I want this day to be over with.
Why?
Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Sally. And good morning to our special guest. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Eric?
Good. I'm doing well.
Happy to be here with you guys.
Are you happy to be here with us?
I'm always happy.
Is he? Tony, tell us who this man is.
Steve Belanger is here, ladies and gentlemen. Steve
Thank you.
Belanger. Now, here's my quandary.
What's your quandary?
He's got
Steve?
a quandary.
How do I, if I was to describe, would I just say actor? Would I say writer? Would I say comedian? I mean, you're a man of many hats.
Renaissance man.
I am unemployed at many things.
We hear you.
Aren't
We
we
hear you
all?
loud and clear.
Today I'm an unemployed comedian here. Tomorrow I'll be an unemployed actor. And most days I'm an unemployed writer.
Nice.
So you're unemployed a lot.
Non-stop.
Non-stop unemployed.
The unemployed Steve Belanger is here, ladies and
Wow.
gentlemen. The unemployed.
That is
Making my
fantastic.
family proud.
Each and every day.
Thank God my wife has insurance.
And I see you have a Chiefs shirt on.
Yes.
Big Chiefs fan?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Is that where you're originally from?
No,
Because you're not a Long Islander originally, correct?
that's correct. I'm originally from Massachusetts.
Matt's,
Oh.
and you're not a Patriots fan.
And I was as a kid because
Right.
I'm
Right.
old.
Grogan.
So back then, you watched the Red Sox, the Patriots, the Bruins, and the Celtics. You didn't
Right.
watch out-of-market teams.
Right.
Right.
If you did, you got beat. You got bullied.
And
It was okay.
If the Rangers came in and yay Texas, the Red Sox fans would kick your shit.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
as long as it's not like New York teams. Massachusetts is totally fine. We're in Massachusetts. I lived there for about 10 years.
About 50 miles south of Boston in Fall River.
Okay, I was
Where
in
were you?
Hingham.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so right around there. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
okay.
bad. Yeah.
I've tried to lose the accent, if you could tell.
Teach
you lost
Sally how to
I
lose
lost
the
it,
accent.
right.
Teach Sally how to lose it.
Do you still have a
I'm
Boston
I'm
accent?
from New York.
She's from
but
here.
Then I lived in California for a while, and Colorado, and Massachusetts, and so I have like
She's a hippie.
smattering of
That's
things here and there.
I've
Yeah.
listened to the show, I've watched the show,
I'm
and
a
I
nomad.
couldn't figure out where you were from, and,
Right.
and Eric nailed it.
Yeah,
It's the hippie accent.
she's a hippie.
Yeah.
She's from Hipsville.
You're very earthy.
She is. She smells like the earth. She wears no deodorant.
Not true.
Your voice has earth tones.
She sprays patchouli on herself.
I do
doesn't?
not.
Right.
She does not shave her armpits.
I
Neither
do.
do I.
You guys lie. Lie.
And she's always high like a hippie.
Right.
Well,
Wait.
there's that.
Was that a
doesn't-
requirement for the show? Because I didn't get the memo.
Yes. She doesn't trim down below.
Oh.
Full.
See, no, I did.
God.
For radio,
Oh my
I always
God.
trim everything.
Yeah,
I
that's
like to
for
do
radio.
never
You
know.
gotta
That's
trim.
right.
Well, how long have you been here? Like out of
At
Massachusetts?
Governor's about 5 minutes.
That's fantastic.
She actually,
Ah.
He's
I don't
one of
like the way
those.
this day is starting.
I'm on cup of coffee number 4.
oh, let me see that.
What?
is that?
Teamsters. 80, are you are you
No, but
No.
It was just a free cup?
no. I work. Yes, my buddy, who's a union leader with the Teamsters, gave it to me because I'm a union guy. SAG
Right. Is
that
AFTRA.
right?
So I mean,
Oh, so I got you. Okay. All
that's-
right.
I say that to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I guess that counts."
Yeah, why not?
What does your union fight for? Air conditioning and 8-hour breaks. But
It's true. It's very true.
but we are all proud union members. So he gave me this, and I'm a proud union.
There you go.
member.
So look for the union label whenever you buy some
Coffee cup.
Stop.
clothes.
Look
I
at
don't
this
know.
hippie staring us down.
I
You
know.
capitalist pigs.
No, I'm
Yes.
totally into labor.
No, it's him.
Yeah.
No,
Him.
I'm anti-union.
Union stuff.
I am
Yeah.
anti-union.
You want to sit over here?
Eric's going to be a problem, not me.
and I am of the liberal bent. So this
Me
is.
too.
Oh,
this
boy.
is-
Well, we don't talk
Yeah.
politics on this show.
Eric-
Three
Calm
liberals
Calm
and
down.
a.
Calm down.
Oh, speaking of
We'll
liberal,
have
then
snowflake meetings while we're out here. Yay!
it's getting
It's
cold
hard to
as a
be
snowflake in
hard to
here.
be a 6'3", 220 snowflake.
Yes.
No, it's just.
It's all right. There's room for everyone.
Kumbaya, my lord.
Shit just got hippie real quick.
Speaking of liberal hippies, are you happy or unhappy with Tyreek Hill? Tariq.
Tyreek.
Tyreek, I
As
said
a
it right the
Chiefs
first-
fan, I
Yes.
was thrilled on Friday to see that
Yes.
that news alert that he
Yes.
was going to be. He's probably at training camp right now. He's moving
Okay,
into the dorm,
okay,
and I'm all a
okay.
titter.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know enough details.
Uh-huh. Why don't you know enough details? Do you not want to
haven't
know them?
released them.
Oh, okay.
He said some bad things. We've all said some bad things.
We have said bad
You
things.
threatened to break my arm when I walked in the door.
I
We've
did.
all said things.
Yep,
Right.
Absolutely.
But I don't know enough about the situation. I was hoping for a 2-game suspension. The fact that he can play all year is fantastic. We're going to
Right.
the Super Bowl.
You go to the
Not a
Super
doubt.
Bowl? You got Patrick Mahomes?
It's fantastic.
Are you ready for this?
I was
1
ready
year
to-
wonder or bust?
No, he's the real deal. He's the
You
GOAT,
think
man.
he's the real deal?
He's in 10 years. We're going to be back here talking about. Oh, you said he was going to be the next Tom Brady, and I thought you were full of shit. I'm like,
Right.
"Meh.
Whoa!
Meh.
Whoa!
You and your conservative base. Oh wait, we're not doing that. I'm going to need more coffee.
More coffee, please. All right, so you're happy. You're ready to see
right,
the
but-
Chiefs go. I want to see the Chiefs win too.
Right? You
Do
want
you? Why?
I do.
Why?
Because I'm sick of the Patriots.
everybody's.
Oh, but why?
Everybody.
Yeah, no, I get
Except for
that.
my
but-
son.
No, I get
Your
that.
son?
But why the Chiefs? But why the Chiefs? I get everybody's sick of them. But why are you saying you hope the Chiefs win? Why
Well,
not? Why not the Giants?
The Chiefs have not won a Super Bowl since Super Bowl II.
but as a
Correct.
Giant
Right.
fan, you should be happy about that. You want the Giants to win every year, wouldn't you?
I don't think the Giants are going to win this year.
I
So I'm
understand.
going to
No,
pull
I
for
get
the
that. Oh,
Chiefs.
trust. Oh, all right. That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. There's no way.
No, no, as a
win
They're
anything.
Giants
the best
fan, I
team to
would-
beat the Patriots.
I
That's
would
why.
love the Giants to win every year. However,
You want
that's
some
not
new
going to
blood in
happen.
there.
Right. Okay. So
Right.
you know that's not going to
So
happen.
being realistic,
So let's go with the Chiefs.
I would love it if the Giants were just 8-8 this year. That's it. I would
Yeah,
love it.
yeah,
If
true.
they went 8-8 this
because
year.
yeah, we'll be lucky if we get.
I was
that.
going to
Right.
make fun of your weak optimism, but that's
Right.
actually super optimistic. So
Right.
I'm going to let you.
Well, we're Met fans, so we
Yeah.
we know how to be optimistic. As
You guys
Met
have
fans,
had your
yeah.
years, you
So I'm okay if the Chiefs win. I like when teams that haven't won or haven't won in a long time win. Except two exceptions:
the Raiders.
the New York Rangers
Oh.
and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Both of those teams can go
Wow.
fuck themselves.
Ooh.
Wow,
And that's that.
wow.
Right here, you heard it first.
Now you're insulting his.
Why, you like the
his
Rangers?
podcast partner.
Yeah, Chris
Oh,
Roach.
screw Roach. Screw
You know,
Roach and his
we almost
Rangers.
called the podcast that, but we just
Screw
thought-
Roach.
That's a whole different show, man.
No, I-
So nice.
Chris Roach?
He
Yes.
just really is.
He's just a
He's
giant
just always
teddy
a
bear.
pleasure, you know?
He is. He's a big. Now talk about your big snowflakes.
Yes.
That's a big snowflake.
He's a big snowflake?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no,
God.
I'm kidding.
Disgusting.
He's just a giant of a man. Now I've been to Ranger games with Roach.
And it's disgusting, right?
No, it's nice because he gets the nice seats, but
Okay.
still,
No, true.
it's the two of us.
Right.
I'm 6'3", 220. He's a little bigger.
Right.
And there was actually a shot I have somewhere of I freeze framed on the MSG broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like as they were skating across the ice, you could see right behind the bench me and Roach sitting there. Like
Yeah.
he brought me, so I was giving him the armrest. So my beer was under here. I'm
Oh,
like,
gosh.
Really? These are really good seats. They should be made for grown-ups. But anyway, I'm an Islanders fan, so go Isles.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. That's
Hey.
what I'm.
Oh, see,
I missed that
We're crossing
1940
the line.
chant.
We're
I missed
crossing
that. I missed that 1940 chant. That was my favorite chant because the Ranger fans had no comeback to that. None. Chanting 1940.
now they do.
Yeah, now they do.
No, they do. That's right.
Son of a gun.
All right, so we never got to.
Oh,
how
sorry.
did you become a Kansas
Oh, yeah.
fan?
It's
Kansas City
it's
fan?
pretty clear. I live in Long Island. I grew up in Massachusetts, and I'm a
Right.
Chiefs fan.
Oh, okay.
You don't
Well,
see
you're
it's
right.
very linear.
Sorry
Tony.
for the stupid questions.
Yes. He liked Dick Vermeil.
And I wasn't sure where you were going with that until
Okay.
you said Vermeil.
Yeah, same here.
In my early 20s, I may have wagered on a football game or two.
Okay.
And the Chiefs played the Jets one weekend. This is back again when you watch. If you lived in New York City, like I did in Manhattan,
Right.
You watch the Jets at 1 o'clock and the Giants at 4 o'clock.
Right.
There
Right.
was no
Yep.
Red Zone or Sunday
No.
Ticket. You
No,
watched
no,
those,
this-
and
it is
I
what it
wasn't a
is.
fan of either. So I would usually bet on the game. And one weekend I bet on a heavily, I believe, underdog Kansas City Chiefs, and they covered. Oh. So the next week I went, oh, that team was good.
They're nice to me.
I'm going to bet them again. Week after week after week. Now I'm watching Chiefs games in bars. And then I bought a house, I bought a dish, and I haven't missed a Chief game in 20 years.
See?
And you bought that house all because of the betting on the Chiefs.
Yes. Yes.
He made all that
Yes.
money from the Chiefs.
Yes.
In case the government is listening, no, Tony. No, Tony. It was all from hard work. And
Betting is hard work.
Betting is very hard work. Hope my kids aren't listening.
They were just joking. It's a comedy show.
Oh, it is? I've watched it for so long and I didn't know.
I didn't know that. You should say it on the screen. By the way, this is funny.
So you are a full-time
Stay-at-home
entertainer.
dad, yes.
Yeah. I hear you. And how does that? Because it's
I'm
tough
glad
to
my
do
wife
that.
has insurance.
Yeah.
But I've been doing podcasting for like 8 years now.
Right.
I started at Men's Health. I used to write for Men's Health magazine. I did their
Right.
podcast. They fired me. I started another podcast.
Why did you use a racial term?
No, you know what?
Oh,
He was making the others look bad because he's the picture of health.
Yep, that is true. But you know, I did it for 3 years. I was the voice of Men's Health. Every podcast I was the host.
Oh, nice.
So I would go interview all these famous people, and I would walk in, and the girls at the front desk would be, "Oh, you're the Men's Health guy?" Oh. And like, nobody's with you? Nobody else is coming? I'm like, no, it's me. It's my field rig, and let's record.
Wow.
So,
nobody strong and big, and
Yeah.
you know.
Like, I don't know. They said the Men's Health guy is coming. They want somebody with the abs to just walk in and go, boom.
Right.
That wasn't me.
No.
I walk in and go, do you have any coffee? Maybe a Kreller?
Ooh, donuts.
I'm here for craft services. But I interviewed folks for 2-3 years. It was great.
Yeah.
And it started as nothing. It was like, oh, everybody has a podcast. We should have a podcast.
Right.
They had, I think, an intern doing it.
Right.
And he left, and they said, "Ooh, you could do it. You do."
What were you doing there beforehand?
I was writing. I
Okay.
had
All
a
right.
weekly blog.
Okay.
And they said,
Okay.
oh, wait, he does camera stuff. Yeah, he's
Right.
not do you want to talk to people?
Right.
So, like, the first 3 episodes were in the studio talking to the editors.
Right.
Talking
Oh.
about fascinating audio.
That sounds.
Here's what's in the magazine this week. I'm like, can I go interview, like, some folks I know? And I reached out to Michael Grabner on the Islanders.
Sure, great.
Got him. Corolla, I had just worked with on a book promotion for his book. I got him and went to L.A., did Corolla and Todd Glass in the same week, and came back with some great shows. And they
Right.
said, oh, yeah, why don't you do that? Don't interview editors if you can get more celebrities. And from there,
Right.
it was just athletes and celebrities.
Right.
And we grew it into this huge thing. And they said, this is a great podcast. We're going to take it internally now, and we don't really need you.
Oh, wow.
They said,
That's
well,
just
they said if you want to do it,
crazy.
you can still do like 5-minute celebrity segments. I'm like, I need a half hour, an hour to do a real
Right.
interview.
Right.
Yeah.
We would have been done 20 minutes ago with this
Right.
thing. We wouldn't have
Right.
even got to the basis
It goes
of why
so
I'm a chief.
fast, doesn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
If you're doing a 2-minute plank, it's very long. If you're doing
Yes.
8 minutes of stage time, it goes very.
So so they just fired you outright?
No, they kind of said, well, we're going to do
Oh.
the editors are going to do their own podcast, and if you want to do the celebrity stuff for like 5 minutes at the end, I'm like, that's a lot of work.
Plus, it's really boring. The editors would be really boring.
Yes, and then to
Right.
get to me doing 5 minutes.
Are they still doing the podcast?
I don't know. They've changed hands. My guys all left there, so I stopped doing sit-ups. It's all gone to hell in a handbasket, guys.
But you're still doing the whole podcast thing.
Yeah,
You're
I
doing
went from there.
several.
I started. Some of the folks I'd interviewed out in L.A., Sideshow Network had a podcast network, so they offered me my own show. So I did another 3 years with them, where I'd go out there and hear and interview all sorts of big names.
So let me ask you this: so with Men's Health,
Yes.
that was, I guess, probably right around the time that people were starting to realize podcasts are a thing.
Yes, and I started listening to Ricky Gervais like years
Sure.
before that, and
Right.
that was and it was
Mark
hard to
Maron,
get.
right.
And Mark Maron, and but then everybody, it was like the websites. I used to work in magazines
Right.
way back in the day.
Sure.
And it was like, oh shit, we should have a website.
Right.
And we always had like the worst websites. Like I ran the Popular Science website for 6 months, like
Ooh.
every morning, like updating a new picture
Wow.
as the vice president of Popular Science. Like nobody else. We just let's put up this new refrigerator. It talks. That's great. And then now stuff is really taken off, and it was the same thing with podcasting. Everybody's like, oh, we need a podcast.
Well,
but-
right. So that's what I was going to ask. So after Men's Health, were you out there? Were you trying to land another podcasting job? Were you calling places saying, "Hey, I'm a podcaster"?
No,
Or
no,
were
no.
you just-
It was very organic. Like the guys that I had worked with at that, because they kept calling me to get their hosts on the Men's Health show because it was a big audience.
Right.
And then I said, I'm not doing it anymore. I said, oh, do you want to do something here?
Oh, okay.
And it just,
Nice.
There's not a lot of money in it,
Right.
except for the big names. But
Right.
I always enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah.
I made the most money in podcasting for a while, I think,
Right.
because when they. I shouldn't say this, but nobody's there at Rodale anymore. We can tell secrets.
At
Right.
where?
At Rodale, they
Oh.
ran. They
Oh,
the
yeah,
company
yeah.
that.
Magazines.
And I was writing for them. I was doing a web series for them, and that's when they said, "Do you want to also do the podcast?" I said, "Sure." What's it? What's it pay? They said, "Well, what's your day rate?" And I had the day before had just done an episode of Damages for FX,
Right.
and it paid like $1,500.
Wow.
Usually my day rate is a cup of coffee.
Right.
But I had that. I'm like, yesterday I made $1,500 working for FX Network. They're like, ooh, well, we can't afford that. I said, you want to cut it way down? How about 500? Oh, yeah, that's fine. So I was making 500 an episode.
Nice.
To sit and interview Henry Winkler and Adrian Peterson
That's great,
and Emmett Smith and all these big names.
Wow.
And then I went away. So
Wah,
we'll layer in the sound effects later.
Who did you meet there that you were very excited to meet, and then you still remain friends with to this day?
Oh, very good question, Eric.
Henry
Winkler.
Hudson.
Oh, Winkler.
Henry Winkler.
Right.
Henry.
Are you really you're friends with him now?
Just talked to him 2 weeks ago.
No.
Oh, what did he say?
I had complimented him on the Emmy, and then we talked a little bit. My father had passed, and he sent me a nice little
Sorry.
note.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
thank
sorry to
you.
hear that.
But he is everybody I used to talk to out in L.A. They'd always ask, like, who else have you interviewed? And I'd say, Gilbert Gottfried, Adam Carolla, Henry Winkler. Henry Winkler. Everybody had a story. When I first came to L.A., Henry sat me down for 15 minutes. Like, everybody had a Henry Winkler story.
I have no Henry Winkler.
You have no Henry
I
Winkler?
have
I actually
somebody-
said Henry Winkler yesterday, so yeah,
but
I
somebody-
totally get
Like,
it.
during an
Who's-
orgasm, or what happened there?
Henry Winkler.
Made me feel really great.
I meant
You weren't there.
I meant Tony Walker.
I said Potsy. It was a very awkward moment. But didn't we have somebody in here recently that said they
No.
sat with Henry Winkler and
No.
he was great?
No.
We were talking about
Somebody
the
did.
new
Maybe. I don't know. I missed 100 shows the
Mr.
past
Rogers
2 weeks.
movie that's coming out, and that Tom Hanks is doing it. And I'm like,
Yes.
you know what? Henry Winkler could have nailed that.
I noticed yesterday when you were talking about it that somebody in this room was the angriest I've ever seen defending a Mr. Rogers movie. Like, it's such a happy movie. Like, this, you gotta watch this, Henry. It's gonna be fantastic, Mr. Rogers. Like, whoa.
He gets angry a lot.
Yeah, I
Be
do.
I
Be
get very
careful.
angry.
Be careful
It's
sitting with him.
passionate.
Very upset.
He's just passionate.
And
Yeah,
the
but-
30
yeah,
minutes
yeah.
trying to figure out your fantasy girl from that show, that was just fascinating.
Oh,
podcast.
Lady Aberline. Lady Aberline. She was hot.
She was a good-looking lady.
Well, the audience kept saying it was Lady Elaine. I'm like, it's not. I was not attracted to a puppet.
I've heard worse about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I was a Wrangler Jane man as a kid.
She was
Oh, yes. She F Troop.
Oh.
She was.
something. You know the story with her.
Yes.
She lied about her age to get on that show. She was
old
only,
was she?
How young
she was only
was she?
16. She lied to them to get on that
So
show.
when I was watching it, which was in syndication later,
right.
it wasn't as gross as I made it out to be, because I was like 13 on the edge of manhood.
Right.
And
There you go.
so she was technically 16.
Right.
Right. So there you go.
And then she had quite a wild life.
Is that still with us?
Sexually.
Sexually, yeah.
Really?
I think she's still
Oh,
with
don't
us.
ruin her for me.
Yes.
you know what?
She had Ken Berry and
In a-
Larry
in
Storch
a
at the
good
same
way.
time.
Who hasn't had
she-
Agarn?
She had women.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
She was a switch hitter.
If you tell me she had Ellie Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies, my head might explode.
Oh, the girl from the Munsters. The
Marilyn.
The normal
Marilyn, yeah.
one. Marilyn.
What's Calamity
You
Jane's?
meant Butch Walker.
What's Calamity Jane's real name?
Calamity Jane
No.
Walker.
It was Wrangler Jane.
Wrangler Jane.
Played
Sorry.
by, not
what's
Donna
her
Douglas, that was the other one.
Just type in Wrangler Jane and it'll come up.
All right.
Calamity Jane was from Deadwood.
Right.
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Different.
Much different.
No,
But
that's
she's not bad looking
Yeah, if you stay on another
Right.
feed,
She's in
not a bad
something
looking lady.
now. She's in
in my dreams.
Big Little Lies.
Oh, yeah?
Whatever that show is. Pretty
Melody Patterson? Is that what you're
Melody
Yes,
Patterson.
Melody
All right,
Patterson.
let's see if we can find her.
Let's see if she's still alive. Let's get her on here.
When I started
Oh,
interviewing
no,
all
she-
these big names, I was
Yes.
like, I think I can get her now.
Oh, no, she is dead.
Oh, I can definitely get her now.
She
She's
died.
a
wow.
free schedule.
She died in 2015 at the age of 66.
Oh, what'd she
Oh,
die
that's
from?
young.
That's very young.
Yeah.
What'd she die from?
I don't know. I'll tell you in a second.
Does she have kids? Let's get her kids
I
on
think that
here.
watchtower finally fell over onto her.
God, just bring
That's a
back
deep cut,
memories.
folks. That is a deep cut.
F
Yeah.
Troop.
Multiple organ failure.
Oh, multiple orgasm?
I know. I don't.
Failure.
Multiple org.
Failure to have multiple orgasms.
There
She
you
killed
go.
herself.
That's crushing
Aw,
crushing disease.
Poor Marilyn.
She was married
What's
to
her
the
name?
original Dano from Hawaii Five-0.
Really?
Really? Bookham Dano.
Yeah. Who knew?
Melody Patterson.
We're right in my wheelhouse here. TV shows from when I was a kid. This is fantastic. Can we talk about Hogan's Heroes and the Odd Couple?
Hogan.
Hogan?
Moment of silence for Melody Patterson, please. Okay, there we go. Done. Poor Melody.
So, you mentioned FX with What was that? What was the show?
Damages.
Damages.
Louis
And,
C.K.
I know you've done. You've worked on several TV shows. You worked on Rescue Me.
Rescue Me, yep.
With Dennis Leary.
With Dennis Leary, yep.
Was he a dick, Dennis Leary?
No.
You had to yell at him. I saw the scene.
Yeah. You know what? We barely interacted. And I came off of the set going, oh. But I'm also, he was the showrunner, like the head
he's
writer.
busy.
He's the lead. Like he didn't want, but, and I playing back our afternoon in my head, like it was a stunt scene. You saw, he punches a guy and then I chase him as a cop.
Right.
He was super, and the guy that he punched was harassing a girl. Like he was super attentive to like, everybody okay? Did you get hurt? He threw the guy against the wall. He was checking on everybody. The fact that he didn't check on the big dopey white guy in a cop uniform.
Right.
Dennis Leary's a racist. Then
I
is
will-
what you're trying to say.
Yes.
I will allow it. But he was one of my favorite comics back in the day, and I respect all he's done.
Okay. Wow, that's a very
That's
positive
a very,
answer. I like it.
I don't
like
have
it.
enough
You're
feedback
good.
to say
Evasive answer.
He didn't come up to me and said, "You really sucked it in that scene," and
He was just there doing a job. You did your job. And you moved on.
absolutely
Right.
absolutely.
So he wasn't a dick, but you can't confirm that he's a great guy either.
No, he didn't come over and like
Right.
hug me and take pictures afterwards. but
Right.
here's that was shot in Greenpoint, Brooklyn,
Right.
Okay.
and they put me in a car with an extra. They had extras. You know how they
Ugh.
have them on set.
How dare they?
Dressed just like me, and
You're union. How dare they put you with one of those lowly extras?
I love them. But I get in the car. I'm all hot wired. It wasn't a closed street.
You had a line?
Oh yeah.
What was the line?
I don't know.
Come back here.
Yeah, something. Yeah, thank you.
We
Probably.
need a statement.
Yeah. Ooh, Tony Walker,
right.
super fan.
We were Googling this morning.
Super
Is
fan.
that sign language for Googling?
I thought they were making bunny shadows. But I'm in the car with this guy, and he's driving the station, the cop car that they had
Yeah.
rented. They didn't shut down the street. There's like, when they shoot TV shows, there's tents everywhere,
Right.
with the
Right.
video monitors and everybody. So they came over and said, all right, when the light's about to turn green, we're going to cue action, skid to a stop, get out, do your thing. Okay. And then they paused for a second. All right, we got to reset. It'll be 5 minutes. And the guy sitting next to me was like, yeah, I don't really like working on the show. This Larry seems like a real piece of shit. I don't really, none of these people. And he's going on and on complaining, and I'm sitting there going, I've got a microphone.
Right.
And I look over to Video Village, and I see,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like, hey, Steve,
No.
everything's good. Hey, Bill, could you step out for a second? Like, oh, okay. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, Steve, can you slide over? You're going to drive in the scene.
Ah.
And that was the end of it. That was the end of his day on set.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Wow.
had James Sarling here last week, 2 weeks ago, and he said the same thing. He was an extra on something, and they were having a hard time blocking a scene, and one of the extras stepped up. Well, why don't you do that immediately, sir? He was gone. Gone.
It's I feel bad. It's a hard gig.
Yep.
Extras. That's not fun.
Right.
Oh,
But-
I just did it last week. I was on the set for The Hunt with Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Didn't get to see him. I was pissed. Oh. But there was a guy, I don't even think I told you, there was a kid, they shot a scene with him in the background, so now they're going to shoot another scene, and they're walking us all down this hallway. We're in a hospital.
Okay.
And what does that even mean?
I have no idea.
Oh. So they stopped us, and they go, oh, who was just in that last scene? So some people raise their hand. They're like, all right, no, we don't want you for this. So this one guy, he goes, but you brought me all the way over here. They're like, no, we don't. He goes, can I be in this anyway? Oh. And they were down the hall shooting something. I was shocked that he made it through the day. They did pull him aside.
Okay.
And I even said to myself, he's going to die. But but then he was around for the rest of the day. But yeah, he was a dick all day, this guy.
That's not.
No, it's not.
You know what you're signing up for.
Right.
They
just
call
gotta
you
be-
background.
Your cattle.
Like it's not good.
Your
It's-
cattle, you're moving.
It
I
is,
did
it's
what,
tough.
4 days, 3 days, 3 or 4 days?
You did 3 or 4 days? What,
On
with
the,
that Adam Sandler
On
movie?
the Adam Sandler
Was it that
movie?
many days?
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
The week of.
Oh,
which
yeah,
was-
yeah.
it was
Oh.
awful.
Oh, I didn't. I hear the new one is great.
The
Yeah,
murder mystery?
Yeah.
with,
I heard it's great
It
too.
can't be.
No, I heard
the
it was
first
good.
one was so bad.
No, that
The
wasn't the
first one?
first one.
I
What do you
mean,
mean?
the last one that you're
Oh,
in.
the last one
yeah.
was bad, yeah.
That was the one with Rock, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's awful. It's one of the worst movies you'll ever see.
It's bad.
No, I've seen some bad movies.
No,
bro.
I'm telling you,
pretty
this
bad.
is this is up there with it. I'm
It's
telling
close
you.
to pretty bad.
Yeah.
One
Breaking
horrible.
2, Electric Boogaloo, worse than that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And how dare you blaspheme that great movie?
I know, I'm only kidding.
The,
At the end of credits of Breakin',
Yeah.
when it said coming soon,
Coming
Breakin' 2,
soon.
Electric Boogaloo, 12-year-old
That's right.
Steve got so giddy with excitement.
That's right.
I got my new fresh cardboard.
Hey,
Another-
are you a Beatle fan by any chance?
Yes, I am.
You ever see Help?
I mean, what?
Help? Yeah.
Help, the movie Help.
Of course.
Great movie, bad movie?
Oh, I like it.
Ah!
It's not my Hard Day's Night is the go-to movie.
So I tried that. I tried to show her Hard Day's Night. We had to turn it off. She wasn't digging it.
What?
I know.
Did we watch the
He's
whole
a very
thing?
clean man.
No, because you asked to shut
It
it off.
felt like hours.
Right, yes.
Really? Really?
I thought it was great. I love that
swear
one too.
I
But
thought I saw the whole thing.
But I thought Help.
It
If
felt
you
like
take the
12
Beatles
hours.
and their
Sure it
and their
did.
music out of that movie, I thought the movie would still hold up.
No.
It was very
Oh,
Marx.
well, now he's clearly out of his
No.
mind.
Right, thank you.
No.
You.
I'm on
It's very
Team Sally
much-
all of a sudden.
It's very Marx Brotherish to me.
Oh, boy,
I think
don't
it's
know where to
very
go with that.
funny.
That's a lot to unpack.
Come
How
on,
long-
all the-
do we have 3 or 4 hours?
All the
'Cause
zaniness with the ring.
You
and,
are
and the
so
people trying to
lucky.
get it.
You are so lucky we never followed through with that bet.
Yeah, his
The
poor
bet
balls.
was I was going to rate, what was it, 5 or above?
If you gave it a 5 or above, then I win the bet.
Then
was
he
it
would
5 out
bet.
of 100?
No,
No.
Yeah.
Just out of 10.
5 out of 10. And if I rated it lower than a 5 out of 10, I got to hit him in the nuts with a wiffle ball bat.
That's how confident I was that he would give it a 5.
And
or
I'm not a
better.
Beatles fan.
Have you
and
seen it yet?
And I'm not.
No.
not-
We have
No,
not followed
no.
through on this bet.
I'm not a Beatles fan, and I loathe John Lennon. So I'm not like.
There's a lot to unpack in all the shit that's going
Right,
on right now.
right.
I like the Beatles, but I don't care for Lennon or McCartney. I like the other two fellas.
No, I like
I don't care for
Ringo.
Hard Day's Night. Help is Yellow Submarine now. That's the cinematic master. What the hell is going on in
Exactly.
here?
I like Ringo, and I like George, and I liked. I
You like the
Paul.
sitar.
You were a big Pete Best fan, weren't you?
I didn't like the Lennon Yoko era. They were just
Yeah,
annoying.
but that was really not. That wasn't really so much the
it
Beatles.
tainted my look on Lennon.
He
It
said
tainted,
taint.
it tainted my
on
look.
Lennon.
Yeah, he's like a hippie weirdo freak. I'm telling you, my
Well,
theory.
that's like when I watched this show last week. You had that lovely vocalist in here. I forget her name.
Robin Eve.
Or maybe
Danielle Asher.
Danielle
Asher.
Oh, yeah.
who's
Phenomenal.
coming in Friday to co-host with me because these two are taking a day
Oh,
off.
she's writing
it
in
was
right
just-
now.
which
She
is
just-
ridiculous.
It was just Tony and Sally last week when I watched with her, and I said, "Oh, what a delightful morning show this
Yes.
is."
Yeah.
That's
And then
right.
I watched yesterday, and he
you're
was
like, oh my
yelling
God.
about the
It's
movie.
different.
Right.
He was, "Oh, this is something
This is
different.
not
here."
delightful at all. You know my theory on John Lennon.
I have not read
He
up on any
paid-
of your theories.
He paid that guy to shoot him because he just couldn't take Yoko's voice anymore. He heard Yoko's latest album and said, "Oh my God, just
No,
shoot me,
no,
because that's the
no,
only
no,
way I'm gonna get that
no.
voice out of my head." There you go.
my God.
I don't even know who shot him. Some guy. I don't know what's his name.
Wow.
Mark David Chapman.
Yes,
Oh, who's the guy that shot Reagan then?
that was John Hinckley.
John Hinckley. Who's the guy that
He shot Reagan for Jodie Foster.
Right.
The other guy shot Lennon with the catcher. Didn't he have the catcher in the rye in his hand?
I believe so.
Yeah, that was. Everybody's got a weird thing. Sally, what are you going to be carrying when you shoot Tony in the head?
Mein Kampf?
Well, it's gonna come really fast because he's gonna be doing this.
Stop it!
Yeah, I can't do it.
Was that Yoko?
Yes.
I thought my wires crossed.
I love this.
God
He
awful.
tortures us with this like 17 times a year.
Is this her art?
Yes.
Art
yes.
project, and people are cutting strips of clothing off of her dress.
Well,
Do you
no,
remember
that was something else. No, this
Here's
is
how-
more recent.
Here's how bad it is. You mention Yoko, and I go, no! And he's already...
You guys both ripped your headphones off way before. I've got my secret knob down here.
Oh yeah, that's a good
man.
idea.
He said secret knob down there.
What a lovely morning show. I'm on screaming yesterday.
My apologies that I didn't read up on all of Eric's theories.
Yes,
I didn't read up on his. What do the
It's a good
Unabomber call them? Missives.
It's a good theory though.
It's a joke that would bomb
It's a
about
theory.
10 feet from us, Eric.
Oh yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
By the way, Jen Begley says hello.
Oh, hi, Jen Begley. How do you know Jen Begley?
Oh, she's fake cousins with my wife.
Fake cousin.
Yes.
She's a cousin.
Oh.
So she saw my post this morning. She said, "Tell Eric I said hi." I said,
Her
"Who the
kid,
fuck is Eric?"
her child goes to school with my child.
Oh, which one?
Luke.
Oh, he's a
The
big
middle.
boy.
Yeah, Luke.
They're
Yeah.
big boys.
Yeah. Colin, Luke, and
You guys can get yourself a cup of coffee. We're going to talk family
Yes.
relatives.
Okay, yeah, sure.
family. So yes,
Isn't it better than listening to Yoko Ono?
Yeah. So Luke and my friend are Luke and my kid are friends.
Okay,
They
nice,
hang out
nice.
and they cause trouble.
Well, she says, hello,
Hello, Jennifer.
I'm done.
Now you crossed off the list everything you had to do today.
That was my bucket
I
list for
know.
today. It's great to be an unemployed father, too.
So, well, oh, you know what?
What?
No, never mind.
What a lovely
I think
morning
Tony just
show.
had a stroke. That was fun to see. That was fun to see. I'm used to driving the bus, as you can tell from years of doing this. So I apologize if I just keep running.
No,
No,
this is
it's
great.
running
This
and
is
running.
great. Yeah, you've done quite a bit of
I've been doing weekly
podcasting
shows for like
and
8
hosting,
years.
right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them. So, and then all right. So I'll stick with the podcast. And so
Yes.
you got the one with Roach going.
Yes.
Long Island Explained.
Yes.
So, all right. So originally from Massachusetts.
Correct?
How did you end up here? And now you have this podcast, Long Island Explained. I'm learning things about Long Island that I never knew. Roach, I was in here with Roach a few weeks ago. He said the same thing. There are things going. This guy knows more about Long Island than anybody.
We all love Roach. I love
Yes.
him.
Oh, yeah.
We record at my house. He sits down and he goes, "What are we talking about?" And I've got books I've read.
Right.
I've got a stack of notes. He's got his inhaler, giant cup of coffee, and go. I'm like, okay. But that's what I've always done, so I'm happy to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
I hear you. See, I got all my notes. We did the research on Steve Belanger this morning.
You know all my lines from all my appearances.
That's right.
That's great.
I think the word you're looking for is stalk.
Yes.
He was sitting outside my house this morning. I thought it was for a ride, but it was not. I was in Massachusetts. I went to school in Connecticut. I moved into New York City when I was 22 years old. Started working at Penthouse Magazine.
Yeah, you
Nice.
did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
I started on that ride right when it hit the top of the roller coaster. When it was printing money.
Yes.
And then they hired me.
What did they hire you for? What was your
Yeah,
job
what was
there?
your job there?
To review porn.
I was
He
well,
was
we,
he was the guy
he
that
wrote-
gave movies 3 out of 4 boners. Right. Right.
I used to tell people I was the Mister.
Nice.
Before the photo shoots, I would
Right.
spray
Yeah.
the mist
Yeah.
and the gauze
Yes.
over the ladies. No, what was I?
The fluffer.
I was no, I had I was like the production assistant.
no, so you were on.
I bought the paper for the magazine. Like that was literally my
oh.
job.
So you weren't there on the photo shoots.
No. Eventually, I was vice president of finance when I left.
Wow.
After 8 years,
Wow,
before
that's awesome.
she fired me.
I sense a theme going on here.
Vice President of Well, don't ask him to do a show here. Vice President
Forget
of
it.
Finance. All of a sudden, the money started. You were taking the money.
No,
Taking the models out.
the money started disappearing before I got there, and they had fired 3 vice presidents of finance before me, and it was like, when a team runs out of players because everybody's getting injured.
Yes.
That kid, the tall white one, let's put him in the office.
He looks good with numbers.
He looks smart. So, and then I met a girl there that
Oh.
I eventually married, and she lives in Long Island. And now
Was
I'm
she a
here.
model?
No.
Damn it.
Yes, she looks like one.
Oh.
good answer.
Hey now.
Hey, you're live on the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Who's this?
Hello, Tony. Hi, Eric.
Hey,
Who's that,
what's
Dennis?
up, Dennis?
How you guys doing today?
Good. Say hello to our guest, Steve Belanger.
What's up, Dennis?
Hello, Steve. How you doing, buddy?
Fantastic.
Steve worked at Penthouse.
Oh, that's cool. That's what's up.
What do you got going on today, Dennis?
Nothing much. Just chilling. Staying nice and cold.
You enjoyed Anthony's show last night?
Yes, I called in last night too. It was really good.
Yeah, that was me with him. That's why I asked. So you called, and he's a funny show, right?
Oh yeah, he's funny. I like him. He's really a nice guy.
Yep, absolutely. Just like us. We're all nice guys here.
Oh, yeah. You guys are funny, actually. I think you guys are more funny than him.
Oh, hey. How do you like that?
hey, oh,
You
well,
mean
well,
just today, right?
just because Steve Belanger from Penthouse is here, right?
That's right.
That's cool.
Absolutely. All right, Dennis. Well, thanks for listening, as always.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm watching you guys right now as we speak.
All right, cool. We're waving to you.
No problem.
All right, Dennis. Thanks, buddy.
I'd like to give a shout out to Let's Talk on Thursday, and also you guys, and also Dan.
Absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
You too. Thanks, guys.
All right,
See you,
later,
Dennis.
pal.
Bye-bye.
All right. Dennis
Dennis
Murphy.
Wow. That was good harmony. That was better than
W. Dennis
Lennon
Murphy.
He doesn't care
where
for
was
the
Where was your wife from
you could
on
be
Long Island?
Lennon.
Okay.
Wantagh.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. So
Nice.
I have a thing where I say she's from Wantagh. She's got 2 sisters in Huntington and Kings Park. That's my own little Bermuda Triangle of family.
So
They're all 10 minutes from my house.
that's where she's from, or that's where you are?
I'm in Massapequa.
Oh, okay.
So I just moved a little 5 minutes away, so they could still pop in whenever they want.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, that's where we are, Massapequa.
In Massapequa?
Yeah.
What part?
We're down by All American.
Yeah.
I'm over by the pork store. Nice.
Oh.
The what store?
The pork store?
Cetriali's. They're not Italian, so they wouldn't know.
Oh,
Pork.
sorry. You're not
No, I am.
Italian,
I
and you
am.
live in
Tony-
Massapequa?
I'm
Tony
Italian.
is.
I'm
Oh.
Italian.
Half.
What pork store?
It's on Broadway up by the Southern State. Everybody knows. You're the first people I've said that to. I didn't just go, oh, the pork store, oh, the
Because
pinwheels.
they don't shop at the pork store, that's why.
Oh, just south of the Southern State on
Yes.
the east side.
West Side.
Look at him.
I know, I'm trying to picture
I
it.
love seeing his mind
You're
work.
ridiculous.
Yeah, we're right off America.
By
so-
the old Friendlies. Come on. A little bit south of the
Right
old
by
Friendlies.
All American? Over
Yeah.
by there's
No,
a
the-
nice
Yes.
hibachi place over
No,
By
there.
Sal's place.
By,
By
at
Sal's
the-
place?
No. Sal's place is on 107, you
Oh,
jerk.
okay. Isn't that North Broadway?
No.
No.
You don't know.
No,
I
have
really
no
like
idea.
Massapequa.
Oh, I know
Is that
where
where
it
your
is.
kids were raised
Up
and
the
stuff?
road from.
I'm still raising them. So
Yeah.
hopefully,
I know what
yeah.
you're talking about.
Were you asking if they were my children or if I'm actually doing a good job raising them?
I wasn't sure how long ago you moved there.
Up the road from the American Legion Hall and stuff like that. The
Yes.
American Legion Hall, I know where
across
it is.
from the
Yes,
7-Eleven,
I know
and
it.
it's
Yes,
further
yes,
north.
yes,
There you go.
Oh,
I know
yes.
where it is.
As soon as you said 7-Eleven, I got it.
Didn't you
I got
throw
it.
up in
Soon
that
as I said
7-Eleven
7-Eleven,
parking
there's
lot?
8,000 7-Elevens
Yeah,
on Long
What an
Island.
interesting
on
point of
Broadway.
reference you
Yeah,
have.
oh, yeah.
Oh, wait,
Broadway.
the 7-Eleven on Long Island? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what that is.
No, the one on Broadway. I know
Hold
exactly.
on,
what you're saying.
what one on Broadway? There's about 12 on Broadway.
It's
Not
right,
in Massapequa.
it's
You're
right by the dairy barn.
You got the wrong Broadway. There's only one 7-Eleven on Broadway.
Hey, it's right at 7-Eleven in the Exxon. Oh, yeah, I know where it is.
Tony, you're at a 9. I'm going to need you at a 6.
Look at me, man. What did you ask me?
I
glimpse
yeah,
into the
I was just
relationship,
saying Massapequa schools. They're just really good.
We're
Like, I
Farmingdale.
hope.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Oh, really? That sucks for you. Okay.
No, we like Farmingdale so far.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Boy
good.
plays baseball. We do all those
All right.
things.
So,
you know.
so how did you? So what? So you moved here. You got married. You moved here, and what? And then you just did you fall in love with it, or did you?
Yeah, was it difficult coming from Massachusetts?
Well, I lived in Manhattan for 10 years.
Right.
So
Okay.
I was 30 years old. Like, that's enough.
And you're done. You're
That's
like, I'm
enough.
done with Manhattan.
I'm done sweating all the time.
You're not
I'm
going
done
to walk
living
your dog in the snow and the rain, and then you're not going to. Your kids are not going to be, driven everywhere and private schools.
Anytime I
and
see somebody with a stroller, I'm like, oh my God.
how do they do it?
I don't even like carrying a briefcase in the city. Like,
Right.
imagine with a stroller and a baby bag and diapers. No. So, I grew up in kind of a big city. I lived
Right.
in the suburbs of Connecticut, lived in Manhattan. I met a nice girl from Long Island, and it's worked out well.
It's a story.
Yeah, but but as far as the Long Island Explained, was that like were you already into the history of Long Island, or was that something
No.
you had this idea for the show? So
No,
you've just been
I met
looking?
Roach. I had a long history with Kevin Can Wait. Not a long history. It was on for 2 years. But
Right.
I had I knew the showrunner, the casting director.
Oh, okay.
They were looking at me for maybe the writer's room. Didn't work out. I had auditioned like 6 or 7 times for small parts.
It should have been. You should have been on it.
Yes.
It might have been lasted more than 2 seasons.
So when
You should have played the wife.
when it didn't work out that I couldn't make it into the writer's room, I'm like, it's a show about an overweight guy in Massapequa. Hello,
Right.
like just draw from this.
Was that you by any chance that because he was carrying All American bags in there sometimes? Was that your doing?
No, that was that. I had nothing to do with.
Just say
I
yes.
had nothing to do with the finished product of the show. I just knew a lot of the people involved.
Look at him distancing himself now, right? He's like, oh,
No, I would have.
I have nothing to do with that show. Please.
I would have sliced off a layer of skins and make it on a CBS sitcom.
Absolutely.
please.
Right.
But after it ended, one of the guys I knew that worked behind the scenes was friends with Roach, and he put us together and said, "You guys are kind of similar-minded. You guys should work on something." And Roach and I sat at a diner many times, and we tried to come up with an idea, and that's how we got to Long Island Explained. Because he had done that Ron Kokomo video.
Right.
He
Which
did
is
that right
Recorded it right in this room.
That's right.
He did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right here. He
Right
stood
there.
Right here.
The
Hang
walls
on.
used to be red.
I can still smell him.
Yeah. Well,
Unfortunately,
he's actually
we can too.
here. He's under.
His essence is here. It's everywhere.
And
And
he got up early, he would have made it in with you, but
he's up from like 6 to 7,
yeah.
and then he goes back to sleep. Because
Yeah.
I'm up at like 4:30 every day.
Right.
But he sends me emails at 3:30 when he goes to sleep, and then I'll respond, and then he'll respond an hour later. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Peeing." And because he's such a Long Island comic,
Right.
we're trying to build off of that, the Ronkonkomite base, and we came up with
Yeah, it was
a
smart.
hook. You need a hook, like
Right.
you need a hook. So we figured we would do that. I'm a transplant, and we would learn things together.
Very nice.
So we
so
do.
we That's what we have. We have a hook, a delightful morning show.
A delightful
Unless
morning
when
show.
I'm on.
Except when Eric shows
right,
up.
it's an angry morning show.
I've never seen anybody get so upset about Mr. Rogers.
It just aggravated me.
It's weird when you're not here, though. I mean, I have to say, like, it bothers me that after a few days of him not being here, I miss him. You know, it is like
Fucking
it bothers
hippie
me
shit.
more
You
than
hear this?
anything.
You hear this hippie shit? He's such a hippie.
Well, it's true. It's like a
This
it's fun.
collective just isn't the same when you're not here.
Well, somebody's got to work.
You make us look less angry.
That is true. You guys look like sunshine and roses compared
great
to him.
when you're here.
I make you guys
we
look good.
we come out looking so nice when you're here.
What was I even angry about? I don't even remember.
It wasn't. You were angrily defending the movie. It's going to be a great movie, Tony.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
the hell you do? Nobody else can play him, but Tom
We
Hanks is a goddamn treasure. Like,
He
Yeah.
is. He's a national treasure. How
then-
dare you?
And then Mark White was disagreeing with you.
Oh,
yeah,
true.
So that
Yeah.
sparked you a little bit.
Yeah, well, Mark White disagrees with everybody.
Well, true.
He's our black listener.
oh, I remember that. I think that's when I said, "Oh, should be listening." Boop. Liberal snowflake and all.
Well, we have two black listeners, so there you go.
Oh,
one
they
in
take
Canada.
turns, or-
right?
One
Weren't
from
we up-
Canada, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weren't we up to 3?
I don't know.
No.
I think one popped
Uh-uh.
on accidentally, and then just right
One has
now.
to replace the other,
This
so
doesn't
no. it's
feel
two.
right.
Yeah, so it can only be two cis. We can only have two black listeners.
Is it like a teeter-totter? One of them has to get off?
One of them has to go. Sorry.
I didn't know this audience was so vast that you guys counted them.
We've gone over quota. Sorry, please.
We only have 7 listeners.
Exit the podcast,
so, you know, we
please.
do what we
So
can.
you have a black guy. What do you got? 2 Hispanics.
No.
No.
Ugh.
Oh,
Please.
God. Okay. I really got to be. Okay.
What a lovely morning show.
Yes, yes. So angry.
So you've training? Have you done like?
Look at this body. Of course, I
No,
train
no,
every
no.
day, bro.
I mean for acting wise.
yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Because I noticed that you worked with which
Meisner.
no, not the Meisner technique,
Oh,
which he has
I
no
do.
idea what that means.
No.
I do too.
No, what does it mean?
I like
You learn from Charles Meisner.
Gesundheit.
Randy Meisner, original basis of the Eagles. You
Right.
got that one. Good.
I
thank
thought
you.
he was a wrestler. Okay, the
Oh,
Eagles.
never
Okay.
mind.
Who am I thinking of? Randy Macho Man Savage. My
Randy
bad.
Poffo.
Close.
That was Randy Poffo.
Well, we're all over the place today, man. Wow.
Oh, Rangor Jane.
Because I did notice that you worked with, and they're not going to know who that is until we name the person that he played.
Russell Crowe.
No, Richard Klein.
Oh, I know Richard Klein, you jerk.
Who is it?
He was what's his name?
I do not.
I know exactly who he is. Larry.
Really?
Yes.
I'm shocked.
Larry
Larry
from
on
Three's Company.
Yeah,
Like,
not the Three's Company that's on here tonight.
no,
No.
Three's Company, the TV show.
That's
John
a
Ritter.
copyright violation, by the way.
Yes,
on
it
that
is.
show.
We're not saying anything
just
until they get
waiting.
Yeah,
caught.
we're just waiting. We just
We're
want
like,
the
oh,
attention.
good luck.
Richard is one of my dearest friends in the business.
Really?
And
Really?
we've been. I used to run his acting workshops. I've been friends with him for over a decade. We're going to see him. He just finished a year-end tour of Waitress.
Oh.
Oh, really?
And now he's doing it on Broadway in August. So we're going.
Oh,
to
is
see,
he? He's
we're
in that?
We're going in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows him as Larry, but he has
He's been in more than that.
a
But
whole
I just
vast work of
And
stuff.
he was a director. He's done. He's phenomenal. And
He's a very talented man.
I got
he
great.
was Meisner.
I've used
he went-
Meisner with Richard. Yes.
Right, he went to Meisner Richard Randy school. What's the other method? Method?
There's a whole bunch of methods.
No, there's only really two that are successful.
Method acting, Meisner.
Seesaw thing again.
And,
Yeah.
method acting and Meisner. Those are the only two that are popular.
Richard
Anywho,
Klein.
yes, we went to I got great seats to a Met game maybe 8 years ago,
Right.
like 10 rows back. And like the second inning, somebody came over and started talking to Richie. And I'm drinking my beer.
You hear him? Richie.
Richie.
Me
So-
and Richie.
And then all of a sudden the inning
It's
ended.
Mr. Klein to you.
And I look, and in front of us is the camera, like between innings.
Right.
They start playing the Three's Company
Really?
theme, and I look on I'm like staring at the camera here, and then I look up on the big screen.
Oh, how fun.
It's just a 2-shot of me and Rich, like, oh, hi.
That's cool.
And they're like, who's with us today? It's Richard Klein from Three's Company,
And friend.
and strange man with a beer stain on his shirt
And the guy sitting next to him.
for the rest of the game, inundated. young ladies.
Really?
Get a picture. I'm like, I love the guy.
Right.
That show was when I was in my teen. Like,
Right.
it's
Yep.
long, but I guess it's still alive in syndication every inning. Can we get a picture with you, Mr. Klein?
Wow.
Wow.
In his glory.
Really?
I bet.
But good
good for
guy.
him.
Real good guy.
He could have like thrown you a bone, like he was on the show too. Really? Oh, yes, he was the bartender of the Regal Beagle. He could have.
There you go.
He could have
That's
did
right.
that.
Yep.
What? A,
He played young Mr. Furley in a flashback.
yes.
What are you doing? My eyes aren't. I can't bulge them that much.
Tony can.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he could have sent you with a bartender in the Regal Beagle.
Really?
I'm just happy. I don't need to be famous, Eric. We don't all have that drive.
I'm not saying famous, but you know, the chicks would have want pictures with you too.
Hey,
but
bro,
you're happily
bro.
married.
They do. Please, please. Not that day.
We should get Richard Klein in here.
Yes.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yes. Right, well, Richie.
Richie. RK.
Well, let's pick a day where Eric's not here.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Actually, August 16th? Are you not? Friday, August 16th?
That is correct. I'm not going to be here again.
Where are you going there that day?
That is Maryland.
What are you doing down there?
Baseball.
Another baseball trip?
Another baseball trip.
Wow.
you, the kid,
Kid.
what part?
what,
You're
him?
not going to Ripken, right?
Him.
Yeah, Ripken.
What year? What month? What week?
Why? How old is your kid?
11.
Ah, he's 12. He plays 12U.
We're playing September, an 11U.
Oh,
At
yeah?
a tournament down there.
Yeah, we're
nice
playing.
stadium.
We're playing August.
August.
We just came back from Delaware,
Okay.
and they did okay. They did well. They went 3-3. And then we have to go to Ripken now.
Isn't this great? I love Little League baseball.
I do.
Good Little League baseball.
I do, but it's hot. It was hot.
Oh.
It was hot, and I was coaching first base, and I was done. I'm like,
See, I don't coach anymore. I
Yeah.
just sit
yeah.
with my little red
nice.
cup.
That I'm waiting to do. Hopefully next year. Hopefully next year they can all move on to like club teams, and I could just go back into the stands.
When he
Nice.
plays travel, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
when he
travel's
plays
great.
in-house, like it's drinking is frowned upon.
Yes.
I think it's frowned upon just in general around children.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, big
but
deal.
yes.
for the travel team, we always have, and
You
it's
always
such a
have-
difference. Sober baseball is really hard to watch.
Yeah, well, especially in-house because it's there's
It's
a lot of
the-
kids
the-
that and not that I'm complaining.
No,
Those
I
kids,
still like it, but
everybody starts somewhere. But
absolutely.
when the parent walks up to me after playing all season and at the playoff game goes, does he need his glove today? And I'm like,
Perhaps.
yeah, it is baseball. You'd probably need a glove. So yeah, that kind of thing I don't mind. That thing I don't miss.
We had a
when you
playoff game a
play
couple of
travel.
weeks ago, and I forget
What's the name of the team?
the Farmingdale Green Dogs.
Oh, the Green Dog.
Yes.
Oh, so you know Graz.
You grew up Graz?
I do know Graz.
But he's 12U.
He's 12U, but he's in our circle, and I'm always like,
Right.
what do you do at Govs again? I don't understand what he does.
He does a show here.
He does a show here, yeah.
Yes.
But he's a big part of our community.
Yes. Yeah. So his kid plays for the 12U.
Yeah,
Green Dog. We played the Green Dogs. We played the Green Wave too.
yeah, that's another. I think that's Farmingdale.
Yeah, that's Farmingdale.
We don't
as
talk
well.
about them. No, I don't. We know some folks on the Green Wave. There's
Yes.
a couple of other ones.
Yes.
People ask me, do you like Yankees or Mets? I'm like, I watch 17 hours of Little League baseball a day. I don't have time for a professional sports team.
Right.
And they're probably more successful than the Mets anyway. So.
Well, that's what I wanted to say, but I'm afraid to upset Eric because he's very angry.
True.
How dare you? You wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Yes, Mr. McGee. Do you know Mr. McGee? Is he still alive?
I don't even know that guy's name.
Let's get him on here.
Mr. McGee?
Mr. McGee.
Yeah, what was his-
from
what was his
the
name?
Hulk?
Oh, the
The
reporter.
reporter that would
Yes.
always try to
Hang on.
Oh, the guy's always trying to think him out. That
Yeah.
guy.
I can see the. Damn it! I got.
because you can't get the Hulk on here because he's dead.
We can get
Well, you
Mark
get Lou
Ruffalo.
Ferrigno.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you mean?
Let's get
No,
Mark Ruffalo.
Oh, Bill Bigsby you're talking
Bill
about.
Bixby.
Who was the? I'm getting Darren McGavin confused with Mr. McGee.
No,
the
no,
Night
that's
Stalker.
Darren.
Kolchak.
Darren
The
McGavin.
Night Stalker. I'm a big Darren McGavin fan. Sorry.
Who is Mr. McGee? Lou Ferrigno's still alive. We can get Lou Ferrigno. Do you ever interview Lou Ferrigno?
No,
For men's fitness, health.
he
whatever
would
the
have.
hell
He
it
would have
was.
been perfect.
He would have been good. You didn't think about it, did you?
I did not think about it.
Jack Colvin.
Yes.
Is he still alive?
I'm
Uh,
he
gonna say
can't
no.
be.
no,
Oh,
he's dead.
man.
Well, we
Did he
can't
die
get,
of multiple orgasms as well?
Can't get him.
Let's see. Suffered a stroke
Oh,
and a heart attack and died at the age of 71.
well, that's not good for anybody.
And he was from Kansas.
Whoa.
Full circle.
This
Here we
is
go.
a Missouri football team.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs, it says.
Kansas City,
Kansas City,
Kansas.
Missouri.
Kansas City, Kansas is different than Kansas City, Missouri. Arrowhead is in Missouri.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Sorry.
So stupid.
Oh, my God.
No wonder why he likes John Lennon.
I need
So hard.
I need to start a podcast, Kansas Explained.
Kansas.
Hey, speaking of the Mets, did you guys hear about Tim Tebow?
No, what?
Yeah.
He's still playing minor league ball for the Mets, by the way, which I thought for sure he was done by now. But
Triple A.
Triple A, but now he's hurt.
But only batting 163 with 4 home runs in Triple
That's
A.
correct.
Yeah.
Where
But-
he made the All-Star game in Double A.
Okay.
But he got hurt while playing the field. He suffered a laceration. Okay.
Yes.
Now the Mets, being the Mets,
Yes.
this is the statement that they released.
Yes.
Boy.
He said that he was in the field for practice, in between innings,
Yes.
and was they're throwing the ball around. They're not sure exactly what he did,
Yes.
but he somehow needed 8 stitches because he got a laceration between the index finger, the ring finger, and the pinky. Somewhere between the
Wait, do it
index
again.
finger, the ring finger, and the pinky.
Everybody's looking at their
Index
hands.
finger, the ring finger, and the pinky. So
So I would think in between would be the middle finger. But this was the statement the Mets released.
So he's gonna be walking
So
around.
he
like,
didn't want to say he
"I'm
got
injured."
a cut on his middle finger.
Yeah, but obviously that
on
there's
the
a joke.
outside or the inside?
I don't even know.
Is that the Jesus finger? I'm not familiar enough.
Well,
with
that's what I'm
his-
saying. I mean, obviously there's a joke there, but just the fact that the Mets worded it that way
Yeah.
is
Right.
so typical in Mets.
1 inch next to the
Like-
index finger.
And
Like-
did you see their new
Yeah.
foul, the new advertisements on the foul poles?
They
You
have-
didn't see this?
They have advertisements on the foul pole.
Okay.
No, I didn't see this.
The Mets.
Go ahead.
The Mets. Now, you have your foul pole.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
it's painted orange, correct?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Usually you'll be able to look around the foul pole if you do have a seat that's
It's a
So-
wire
yeah, so
grid.
foul
It's
pole.
a
Right,
simple
the-
wire
right,
grid
right.
pattern.
Yeah, that somebody.
There is now-
Remember at Shea, somebody fell off it and died. Remember that?
Yes.
Yes.
We were at that game.
Was it Eric?
Who was? Me and you?
Yes.
We were?
Yes.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh, I was going to say what the.
So on that grid now
Yeah.
is 2 advertisements going the length of the grid that you can't see through
Right.
for Chick-fil-A. That says like holy cow or eat more foul and then like
With
something
foul
about
spelled like
FOWL. But now it's a complete block. So
Yeah.
now
Right.
you're not only are you blocking 1 seat, you're blocking like 3 seats, and you can't
At least,
see
yeah.
the batter or first base or.
And nobody in the Mets organization thought about this.
I'm sure
when
they
they-
did. I just think they didn't care because they're not selling out, and people aren't going to buy
So
those
they
seats.
can
anyway.
easily move them to
They
another
can just
seat.
yeah. But if they were having a great season, I would think they wouldn't put it up. But since they're not having a great season, they probably took the extra revenue and said, we'll let the fans sit where they want. But that's the Mets for you.
I have a Met question.
Yes,
I don't know if I saw this in a fever dream or if I really saw this in Newsday, like in the last 2 days.
they have one.
It was just an ad for the Mets, and it was somebody on there, and it said "unformidable." Is that possibly their new slogan?
I think you're right about that. I think I
Oh.
did see that as well.
That's what we are.
You can't afford the rights to that song. I mean, I don't want to judge. I'm just
Right.
based on the
I hear
the
you.
premises. I don't think you're going to afford the rights to that song.
Let's see if I can find anything about that.
I was shocked that Tony could afford the rights to that Yoko song.
It's my favorite song.
Somehow we play that a lot and never get kicked off Facebook. They're like, "What? We
'cause
don't
it's-
recognize this trademark."
It sounds like a sick cow giving birth, so
Oh.
nobody can really. The algorithms don't pick it up as human singing.
It's
terrible.
Bad. Bad.
Terrible.
I don't see anything. I'm just gonna go. I'm just
Hippies.
gonna go look at the Mets site and see if I see anything.
Unformidable.
Who is it? Anybody good?
No.
It is, but she doesn't want to answer it. I don't like to answer it.
Can you show the number to camera so that person knows that you're ignoring them?
Yeah, right.
We finally answered one on the air, and it was the IRS, the Social
Oh, one of those
Security
scammers?
and we totally had them scammed.
Oh,
We
it was
scammed them
great.
back, and now Sally won't answer it because I don't like prank calls.
Now-
I don't like it's mean.
The
It
rule
was
of thumb
mean.
now is you're not even supposed to
mean-spirited.
answer
It's
those
mean spirited.
calls.
The guy's calling everybody, scamming them for money,
No, I totally got that one. Yeah.
and we're getting them back, and she feels like it's me. What a hippie.
They made me be a.
They're doing it. Well, I used to feel like with telemarketers, they're doing a job. I feel bad, but now, yeah,
Right.
it's like a guy from a call center in Nigeria.
Right.
Like,
So basically, we had her call back, say, "I don't want to get in trouble. is this a scam? Because, I call so many things and I pay money and they get scammed. And we had another guy play her husband who started to beat her on the air.
Like, because I'm talking
this
like
is
really
very
low.
involved.
And
Oh, it was very
I'm like, I
dark.
probably shouldn't have given you I'm not supposed to give my social security number, right? Like, I'm not supposed to do that. He's like, no, that was fine. And then all of a sudden, like, Derek was like, did you seriously give out your social security number
another
again?
person?
Here comes Ike Turner with
Yeah,
the phone book and the
basically-
baseball bat. Bitch, give me back my money.
That's what we were doing. Like,
And,
then she's like,
and I was like, ow!
You think that guy gave a rat's ass?
He
for-
did.
He did.
Oh, really?
That's
He did?
what the problem
Oh.
was.
he's like, ma'am, are you okay? Are you okay, ma'am? Shall I call 911?
And then he goes like this to me. He goes, just tell your husband that he's right. And I go, okay. I just got off the phone with him and he said that you're wrong. And he goes, no. And then like Derek starts to hit me again.
You said a prank call. I thought you asked him if his fridge was running or something.
No,
This
no,
is like,
no,
And then he
is there a
started.
player?
This
Is
is
there
involved.
you got
Got
the
this guy
cast?
good. Yeah.
There's a
He
sound
started
guy.
to say to Derek how foul human being
You're
he
a
was.
coward, and I call 911 on you, and all this stuff.
It's hard to call 911 on Bangladesh, but
Right.
But we finished the show. Eric's like hands were like all beat
I
red.
smacked my hand so much, my hands were like throbbing.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it's
ow,
from.
Ow. So we got him good. We got him good.
remind me never to call this show.
Don't call Eric on a Friday night. Nobody. Because that's how his hands.
All right, let's just keep going.
Okay.
Segway, party of one, please. I'm switching fluids now. Just a little. We'll take a little break in the show. We're gonna go to the next one.
Well, we have Steve Belanger here. We would like to welcome him to the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. And the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Bella Vista Pizza. Bella Vista Pizza for the best pizza in the whole wide world. Check out Bella Vista Pizza, located at 154 Minetta Hill Road in Plainview. That's 154 Minetta Hill Road in Plainview, 516-433-4464. That's 516-433-4464. BellaVistaPizza.com, baby. Check them out. And also Gina Conjemi Coffin, licensed real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties. 631-495-7696. That's 631-495-7696. List your house with Gina, and she'll work so hard for you and sell your house so fast it'll make your
Head spin.
head spin. Gina Conjemi Coffin, licensed real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties. And also Lemon Auto Sales. Lemon Auto Sales located in Old Country Road in Hicksville. Need a new car but can't afford a new car but want a car that runs like new? Check out Lemon Auto Sales, LASalesNY.com. They'll get you a car that fits all your needs. Lemon Auto Sales. Tell them Knockem Dead Comedy sent you, and you will get a free air freshener on any purchase of a car. Free air freshener.
That's impressive.
It is. And also a free oil change on your first return visit.
Ooh,
So how you like
you're
them
talking
apples?
the big bucks.
Huh?
That's
Maybe even a
impressive.
little car wash or something.
Ooh,
Huh? Maybe a little arm roll on your tires.
little auto reach around. I like
That's
that.
all.
Nice.
There you go. So Lemon Auto Sales, check him out today. He's a great guy, Greg. So give him a call and buy your next car from him. Especially if you have like a kid that's going to start to drive. Buy him a used car because they're going to smack it up. So there you go.
You're just seeing your future.
Which is what the case was with us.
Right. And also Knockem Dead Comedy. Knockem Dead Comedy for the funniest murder mysteries in the whole wide world. Check out Knockem Dead Comedy. Steve, do you want to go see a boring murder mystery?
No, God, never.
No. But if you do, please go see the other guys.
Okay.
Because you'll be sitting at dinner, and then some crusty old pee pants will walk in and said, "There's been a murder in the parking lot of some guy we never even heard of."
I hate those dinners with the crusty old pee
Right.
pants. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
What's my alternative, Eric?
Right,
What
your
else can I do?
alternative is come see Knockem Dead Comedy, where you're going to laugh, you're going to dance, you're going to sing, and you're going to see the murder happen right in front of you.
He's
Wait,
the
I'm going to
best-
laugh, dance, and sing?
And
sing.
see the murder happen right in front of you.
Son of a bitch, I got to go.
Right. So KnockemDeadComedy.com/show dates for all our upcoming dates and information. And we'll be here October 25th right at the brokerage. Get your tickets now for a funny 80s themed murder mystery show Halloween costume contest extravaganza. And that's it. We're back to the show.
Without a script, all those plugs. That's impressive. I thought I was looking for something. He's not reading his phone.
Nope, not
That
a
was
thing.
all off the old noggin.
All off the old
No
noggin.
wonder you don't have any room for a love of the Beatles, for God's sakes.
All that Lennon stuff. Gets me so angry.
Never met somebody who didn't like Lennon or McCartney.
Because I like McCartney.
It's a little
Okay.
Because he's a nice boy. He's a nice boy.
He's a nice boy.
This
nice.
Lennon
Very
with his
clean.
long hair and taking her name and sitting in bed naked and protesting.
They weren't naked.
Oh, please.
I apologize for opening this scab again. I peeled it right back, and here we go.
Yeah, communist.
Another thing about Mr. Rogers, son of a bitch. Okay.
But I liked Harrison. He was hippie-ish, but I liked him.
Harris? Oh, George Harrison.
Because
Yeah,
he was
oh,
to himself.
yeah, he was.
He was like a to himself hippie.
to himself.
He wasn't an
hippie.
in-your-face hippie.
In your face.
Yeah, he was like, look at me. I'm naked in bed. I'm protesting some shit. Shut up. All right, go ahead anyway.
I'm just waiting for the air to run out. Then we'll be okay. We'll get started again.
Stop it!
Is this the Plastic Ono Band?
What's that?
Is this the Plastic Ono Band?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is.
Ugh, hate the song.
Got to talk during it, otherwise we're going to lose it.
Yes, talk during this stupid song.
Because we don't have the licensing.
Definitely.
Just steal shit left and right.
Go ahead.
So I have down that you're an award-winning
Oh.
An
person.
award-winning.
What did you win anyway?
I won participation trophies for 3 straight years in Little League.
Nice.
I have the all right. So you have actually a nomination for best actor at the Maverick Movie Awards.
Yes.
I have that.
Yes.
And I have you. I don't know if this was a nomination or an award for best comedy writer performer for the 2015 United Solo Theater Festival for It's About Time.
Correct.
That was what, a one-man show that you had?
That was a one-man show directed by Richie Klein.
Good old
Thank you
Richie.
very much.
Good old Richie.
Good old Richie.
Good
He's
old
the best.
Richie.
He pulls out the magic, is what he does. Yeah, that was a nice show I did a couple years ago. It was fun.
And you wrote it?
It was based on a book I wrote about my years at Penthouse
Ah.
and meeting my lovely wife. And
Well,
and
a one-man show with Penthouse. I mean, that's...
it was more about. It came from. I don't know if you know the name Rob Long. He was a producer on Cheers. He was a showrunner on Cheers. Produced Sullivan and Son, and then actually became the showrunner on Kevin Can Wait.
Okay.
I met him a few years ago. We were talking about sitcoms, how I quit my career in
Right.
in the corporate world to be a writer for sitcoms in 2004 when every sitcom went off the air.
Yeah.
It was Scrubs and one other. Everybody Loves Raymond, I think, were the only 2 sitcoms on. Mm-hmm. And
Damn
there were a few
reality
other
shows.
things in my life where I turned 18 3 days after the state, Connecticut, where I went to college.
Yeah.
I turned 18 3 days after they raised the drinking age to 21.
Yeah.
So
had
I
that
missed
here.
I missed the grandfathering by
yeah,
3 years.
Yeah, get this. Then when New York changed from 18 to 19, again, and 21.
You kept getting hosed.
3 times.
See,
I was the year.
So that it all came from that. Like I was Mr. 5 minutes too late, and that's how it became. It's About Time, and that's how the show evolved.
And then there you are. And
there
then,
you are.
but you met your lovely wife.
I met my lovely. We were
Right.
both fired on the same day,
Oh, no.
nice.
and she still tells a story that I put her name on the list because I was a vice president, and we were doing layoffs. So we would sit and go over names, and well, she was the most recent hire. We have to let her go. And in the back of my mind, I go, oh, that's too bad. She's really attractive. And then they said, we're going to let all these people go, and also this guy. Oh, hey, that's my name. Shit. So we all got let go on the same
Wow.
day. Went to a bar in New York and got drunk. And
she said he fired
That's
me.
where
He's
you.
a
That's
keeper.
where you messed her. That's where you met her. Like at
no,
the bar?
I worked with
No,
her.
no, I got that. But that's where you made the connection at the bar.
No, well, she tells the story a little differently. I said in the
Right.
back of my head, ooh, now, because I couldn't ask her out because I was a bigwig.
Right.
You know, I can't ask out.
And
This
she
is-
was just a lowly.
I knew
you know-
about Me Too back in the
Right,
day.
right.
And while I'm sitting there getting drunk, I'm like, oh, maybe I can ask her out now. And she says, I was sitting there too, looking at you, going, oh, look at this guy, smoking, drinking, goatee, mullet. No, sir.
Wow.
But I won her over, and 20 years later.
How did you?
25
How did
years
you
later.
finally make the connection with her? Like where?
Oh,
did
we
you-
had fun. You know, I'm just a charming personality,
Right,
Eric,
right.
as you know. And then I asked her. I think everybody who got fired went out again a week later.
Okay.
And then I think I asked her out on a date. And we went to a diner, the Empire Diner on 9th Avenue, and we've been together ever since. That was
There you go.
1995. So what's that? 47 years ago.
Yes.
Yes.
Very
Yeah, so,
close.
yes.
So
Cool.
wow, that's quite
Good
the
math.
story.
No wonder why you got fired as the finance manager. Good math.
Carried a 7. I got to work on my
40.
gazintas, Eric. I really carried a 3.
So then, did you? She found, I guess, a real job.
Thank
quote-unquote
God,
real
yeah,
job.
yeah.
But was that your last real job, and you said, no, I'm going.
No, that was 95. I started working at Time Inc. I spent another 8 years at Time Inc.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good.
That's a good gig.
And then they were going downhill.
No, they were still doing pretty well.
Pretty well.
And then
What did you do there? Mailroom?
no, I was
You had nothing to do with anything.
I had
You just
I was vice president of Field and Stream for a while.
Yes.
Wow.
No, I don't kill anything. I can barely
Right.
shoot a gun, but
Right.
and then I went over to Popular Science.
Oh.
And I'd always wanted to be a writer,
Right.
which is why I said, "Oh, magazines would be great. That'll give me my start." And I was always in finance. I was always a corporate guy.
Right.
Popular Science was a good magazine. I used to get that.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I really
I'm
enjoyed
still
it. The
a
articles
techie.
were great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I started writing for them. I was the vice president. I was the boss. I was like, I'm going to write this one. But I was like, oh God, Time Inc. was
Right.
As the higher I got in Time Inc., I'm like, oh God, I'm a corporate stooge. This is
Yes.
really soul sucking. And one day, I was friends with the editor of Popular Science. We went out. He was miserable at his job. He's like, I've always wanted to write movies. I'm like, oh, that's what I want to do. Let's do it. And we got drunk and we formed a partnership. Bang, we're going to do this.
What movies you write?
Nothing. The next day he came in and said, I just got a promotion. I'm done with that movie nonsense. But it planted the seed.
Yes.
So I started writing, and then somewhere in my research it said, to be a good writer, I have to understand dialogue, and understand dialogue, you should take some acting classes.
Okay.
Just to kind of get that vibe. And I started doing that, and I fell in love even more with that. Then I started doing improv and stand-up, all while I was vice president at a major corporation.
Right.
Wow.
I would take off my suit jacket and go down and do Caroline's and Gotham and The Cellar and all those.
Right.
And then in 2004 is when I walked away from the corporate world. On my own terms.
Nice.
For the first time, call back, bring it around.
There you go.
So, and your wife was okay with that?
An absolute saint.
Nice.
It was not a happy time for Steve, as you know, troubled comedian.
Yes.
And I had my foot in both worlds. Popular Science was going to do a news magazine show, and they couldn't find a host.
Right.
And I finally said, my life was kind of secret, my nighttime gigs.
Yes.
And I said, look,
You were in the closet.
I was in the closet. I was in the
Right.
performing
Who needed
closet.
a host? Sorry, I didn't
Comedy
hear.
closet.
It was Popular Science magazine was doing like a PBS news magazine.
Okay.
And I would sit in these meetings, well, we can't find a host. We need somebody who's funny and vibrant on camera and can be an ad lib and improv. And I'm like, I would be brought in for this if I wasn't in the guy in the suit
Right.
making this. And I finally just went and said, I'd like to
I
put
wanna
my
do
name in the
this.
hat. And it was like,
What?
aren't you the finance guy? I'm like, yeah, but all right, here's me doing 20 minutes at Caroline's. Well, okay. And then like 30 minutes later, they all came in like busting a gut going, holy shit, wait, you can actually do this. So we shot a pilot
Right.
for this thing with me as a host, and it didn't get picked up.
Damn it.
Damn it, exactly. But like it started like, oh God, I'm never going to break out of this mold.
Right.
And the producer of that show was from the BBC, and we met a couple of times, and she's like, oh, look at you. We're over lunch. Look at you. You're miserable. You're hunched over. You're all tight. You don't want to be a corporate guy. Like, you should be performing full time. You should just quit your job and do that. I laughed, and I went home, and I told my wife, bringing it back to that.
Right.
And I said, this lady, she must be out of her mind. She said I should quit my job and perform full time. And my wife said, absolutely. Why don't you do that?
Really?
And I was like, whoa.
Nice.
And we talked about it a little more, and we did. That was before kids. Obviously, it's a whole
That's
different
great.
picture. So,
Yeah, that's
but
very
so she's
cool.
been a saint, and she's provided the insurance,
Right.
and we've been doing it for years.
Yeah, you have.
That's
Oh.
fantastic, man. That, good
Yeah.
for. No, that's great that
Yeah.
she would
Yeah,
do that for you.
And it worked out great when we had kids that I could be the stay-at-home dad while I'm
Right.
unemployed at several other positions.
Right.
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 Wow.
But you won an award.
I did. I did
So
win an
there's
award
that.
for best comedy.
There's that.
There's that.
Oh, directed by Richie.
Directed by Richie.
He
I
brings
can
the-
stand on a stage
he
for
brings-
75 minutes and just mutter my own nonsense. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
There must be. You ever go into panic mode? Because I've been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I freak out from time to time. Like, how the hell am I going to make it? Finances, worries, all that stuff, and it's because it's not easy.
It's not, and I didn't make the move.
It's not easy.
Like, I'm-
making green.
definitely don't have the rights to that song.
You know, I mean, you really are working. You're taking care of the kids. Like he was like the PTO president, and you know, like you're involved.
PTO?
The kids. PTA.
PTA.
You say
Oh,
here?
I'm like, you're the head of a terrorist organization?
No.
I know, she says it all the time, and I
Well,
just-
parent-teacher organization is in
Tell
Massachusetts.
Mo I'm Muammar Gaddafi. I said hello.
If you had kids in Massachusetts,
You have
would
Richie, I have
known
Momi.
that.
Right.
Me and Momi.
But no, it's
No, it's PTO, like everywhere else but New York.
Right.
Oh.
Parent-teacher organization.
Right.
I'm not kidding.
We believe you.
In Massachusetts, I guess my parents weren't involved. Thanks for bringing up a sore subject.
Donnie was in charge of the BTO.
That's a brilliant British accent, Eric.
Yes,
That's good.
But you're trying to get like work, but then you also have like the kids. So
I
it had to
work.
Be like it's
People
a
laugh
lot of
like, "Oh,
work.
what do you just golf and sit around?" I'm like, I've worked
Right.
harder
So
since I
hard.
left.
Yes.
When I was
Yeah.
a vice president of a major corporation, I played golf twice a week.
Right.
Like the finest country clubs. Like I had it pretty good.
You had all the ladies at your call.
I don't know if I go that far. I had one lady at my call. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Eric's wife.
Oh, you too?
Tuesdays and Thursdays. What do you got?
I had Tuesdays and Thursdays too.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew. Oh, I knew you looked familiar.
I got weird real quick.
It's what you wanted.
But it's way more work doing this, right? Because it's never ending.
Yep.
I told my accountant I make hundreds of dollars a year.
That's right.
But I set myself. We pay. I don't have a mortgage. Like we set up.
Right.
Like I'm not set for life.
Right.
But you've made the right
made some
decisions.
plans.
We're not. Oh my God, we can't make rent. Like I can't afford groceries.
Right.
I can't imagine. Like
Right.
you know, we're all at different states. I work with folks. You know, I'm going in for one line. Like there's different levels that you're at, and some folks are like, oh, I got to get this commercial because I'm not going to be able to make rent. I'm like, oh my God, there's not enough pressure in this nonsense.
Right.
Right.
Where I can't. If that's a whole nother level that I could never comprehend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, even when I started doing stand up, it was like this gig has to be great. Now I'll come here and do a set, and I'm like, I like this. This is fun, but
Right,
it's not.
right.
Right.
My life doesn't depend on this going well. The next 8 minutes, perform. You know, that's what your wife says.
8 minutes.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
There's TV.
It's a lot of work. I get out of breath fast.
I can tell you were a little winded just from
Yeah.
that John Lennon rant.
So you set yourself up nicely financially. So
I don't know nicely. I don't want to.
Nicely.
I
not-
drive a nice fleet of cars. No, I
but
have
you
a
set yourself
minivan.
decently. Let's put
Decently,
it that way.
I know.
You made the right decisions before you made. You didn't just one day go, I just bought a new house in the Hamptons.
No, and it's-
I'm quitting my job. You know, that kind of thing.
It's in
right?
Quag, first of all.
Quag.
But no, and you know, I live very cheaply.
Is it Kachog?
It's
It's Kachog. Yes.
That's when I knew I could do the Long Island Explain show because I can now pronounce all the towns
Right.
Yeah.
in Long
Aquabog.
Island: Aquabog, Ronkonkoma, Nissaquag, Massapequa,
Copac.
Patchogue.
Copac. I've told Roach the story I talked about on our show. I was here one day seeing a friend,
Yes.
a headliner
Ooh.
not from New York,
Name drop.
and he came. I can't.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh.
Because of the next story I'm going to
Okay,
tell you.
okay.
He came out to the crowd. Hey, you guys are great. Full house. You guys are great. Well, I got to tell you, I was coming here on the Wantagh Parkway.
Yeah.
And you could just feel the air go, this asshole.
One
Like
tag.
he just lost the crowd.
Massapequa.
Right. Wow.
You got to learn the names, people. That's all I'm saying.
Shiosit.
Say it.
Yeah.
IO set.
Patchagoo.
So we won't name drop who it was.
No, I don't. He's still very nice, but
Kevin James.
No.
That's why you didn't get the job. That's because you're just bashing him everywhere you go.
No, that's Dennis Leary. No, come on. We're trying to keep. I don't really bash anybody. Maybe Tony, but
Maybe.
that's funny. And the hippie chick next to him. But anyway,
Well, what was it? Because yeah, we talked about Henry Winkler and some names that you've worked with. You're the only person. When I do my research,
Yep.
especially people who have podcasts and stuff, I try to look at the list of people they've interviewed. You interviewed Tom Kenny. You're the
Yeah.
only person I've ever seen who's interviewed Tom Kenny. Now, do you guys know who
I
that
don't even know
is?
who
That I
is.
don't know who it
You
is.
don't know who Tom Kenny is?
No.
you're familiar with his work.
Absolutely.
I am definitely
and
familiar with this work.
I thought I thought there was a good chance you would know it.
Oh, he's some hippie?
No. Well, I don't know. I'm just familiar with his work. I'm not familiar with what he does.
Okay, who is he?
He is the voice of SpongeBob.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I've been to the house that SpongeBob built.
Oh.
The house that SpongeBob built.
Tom Kenny's house in California.
Really?
Because I used to go to I would interview a lot of people at their houses.
Yeah.
And, you interview comics, and it's
Yeah.
about the size of this room.
Yeah.
And then, Henry Winkler, Dugan, who directed a bunch of Sandler movies, is a
Yeah,
friend of mine.
yeah,
His
yeah.
house is nice.
He's from Long Island, isn't he? Originally?
Dugan?
No, I'm
No.
thinking of another guy.
You thinking about Apatow?
No.
Judd Apatow's from
I know he
Syosset?
Syosset.
I know he is from Long Island, but no, there was another guy I thought that directed a Sandler movie that was from Long Island. But go ahead. Anyway.
Francisco
I
Cabrera.
digress. Go ahead.
But I got to the house that SpongeBob built.
Yes.
Ooh.
No kidding.
It's
For-
no
for a-
pineapple
for a-
under the sea.
For
Where-
a basic
where in
cable
California?
show. He's in L.A.
Okay.
And it was like, oh, this is nice. And we went out on the patio. Somebody brought us lemonade. The birds chirped. I was like, oh,
No kidding.
this is nice.
This is that's been on for a long time. Ever. And the two movies.
Two movies. And he
Patrick
was
Starr's
involved.
making a decent living.
The Christmas special and the Broadway show. I don't think he was involved in that.
He actually saw the Broadway
I
show.
saw the Broadway show and I loved it.
Everybody
loved it.
everybody I know that saw it said it was great.
Right.
I'm not a big fan of the cartoon. I wasn't one of those parents. Oh, the kids can't watch that. I wasn't one of those. I don't know. I just wasn't my thing. But I prefer Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry. But I saw this show. I'm totally familiar with the show because
Yeah.
my kids watch it like crazy. But seeing it live, all the usual things, and it
Yeah.
was very well done.
You knew more about it than you thought
Yes,
because it seeps in.
but just the whole atmosphere. I mean, the whole theater. It wasn't just the stage. The whole
Yeah.
theater was decorated. Everything they did was well done in the tradition of the show.
Like what you guys do here. I mean,
Exactly.
everything
Yeah,
is. It's like
everything's just-
it's an immersive
Right.
environment.
We have a lot of
Use-
meetings about how
Right.
to put
This
something
reminds me of
up.
like Avatar 3D, but not
Yes.
so much.
right.
Right.
This gray blue thing.
Hey,
So
it's the only paint I had in my garage.
Well, we got some pictures over there, for our shows and
Notice
the
how
club.
Tony made his the biggest.
Yeah, it's also right where I park my car. There's a big banner there facing
Yeah.
the.
No, he made the banner.
I did make the banner.
Well,
Why
yeah,
is it Sally in the banner? That's
She's in the banner.
not all of them.
a
No,
while
because
for
we
Sally to
ordered
get in the banner.
we ordered them before Sally was involved.
No, I was involved since day one.
Please.
Can I
No, she
Photoshop her
wasn't.
in? Can you just send me the file and I'll take care of that?
Well,
No, it's
there
a-
is the banner of that picture. is
Yeah.
out
Okay.
there.
That's out there,
all
too.
right.
That's out
Oh,
there.
and there's Roach. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joey Colo.
Joey. Yeah. Three's Company. We'll be talking about that. We'll talk
No,
to the
no, we're
lawyers. We talk. Even stole the font. You sons of bitches.
They stole everything.
Not the theme. You don't do the theme, do you?
They do.
They do, yeah.
Don't tell Richard Klein.
Yeah, don't tell Richie.
Don't tell Richie.
He's
Excuse
going
me
to
while
tell
I,
Richie.
while I make a quick text. Boop, 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 boop. Uh-oh, my wife just texted. Nice shout out. What was I saying?
Well, he doesn't get
Oh,
it. Oh, about
well,
how
you-
wonderful she
Yeah,
is.
Oh,
how
she is
she
a-
supported.
Yeah,
you know,
we're-
getting
She
into-
is a
We're a minute or
delight.
so delayed, so.
Oh, yeah, so am I.
I love you, my funny.
I'm
dog.
live on the West Coast, but
How long have you been married?
it'll be 21 years.
Look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at
it's,
that.
It's so easy for her. I'm a delight. I really am. She get you. I'm sure everybody says it to your spouses.
Oh, yeah.
Not yours so much.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never
oh,
experienced
your
that.
husband's so funny. He must be a delight at the house.
Yes, yes,
She
and they just
she go-
roll
she goes,
their
oh,
eyes.
he's so funny.
Oh yeah, he's so funny.
Cut smash cut to the bitter fourth cup of coffee. Still
Right.
smells like bourbon. He's scratching his crotch.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know,
there's-
Tony. How many of your wives did say that to you?
How many of my wives? They were. Yeah, no.
The fact that he had to catalog them right in front of us, he's like, "This number 3 and 4 were good. 6 was a little.
Yeah.
How many times have you been married, Tom?
Uh-oh.
No, Sally's number 3.
Sally's number 3.
Number
Yes.
Aw, what a cute little nickname he's got for you.
Number
3.
three.
My little number 3.
my little number 3.
Well,
It's better,
number
it's
2.
better than when Sally's
Yeah.
my last one.
Yeah. Or number 2. I don't want to be called the number 2.
Can't wait to meet number 4.
She's not even born yet. Oh, come on. Come on. That's not right. I don't like that. I don't care for that type of humor,
Terrible.
Eric. I don't care for it.
You don't care. Well, you said it. Oh, please.
All I
No,
did
he
was
didn't say can't wait for number 4.
No, I said that.
Yeah.
all I did was
But I was
ask what
saying
Tom
Tony's
Kenny
voice.
was like. How the hell did we get here?
I was saying it was saying in Tony's voice, not my voice.
In the words of
I'm saying
Yoko Ono,
Tony's
can I
voice.
just say,
Oh, that was beautiful.
Do you think they all make SpongeBob money? Like Patrick Starr makes SpongeBob money?
You know
Money,
who does
mummy,
that voice?
Mummy?
Yeah, the guy from Coach.
Yeah.
Faberjack.
I could watch you try to work through this for
Bill
hours.
Faber something. Bill something. The guy that was on Coach. That guy.
Yes, that would have been
guy.
easier than trying
You
to
know who
pronounce.
does does Mr. Krabs?
I do.
I don't.
The what was his name from Highlander? He was also
Sean Connery?
No. No, he was the
He
bad
does it?
Highlander guy.
Christopher Lambert?
No, the bad Highlander guy. What was his name?
The guy
The guy from the Toyota commercial?
He was also he was also
He was also the
guy in Shawshank Redemption.
Right, the main guard.
The main
Oh
guard.
yeah, the guard on top of the building that's gonna like hold him over the
Yes,
building.
yes, the one who inherited money from his
Oh!
wife. That guy.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown. He was also on Lost. He was also in Bad Boys, directed
Yes,
by
Bad Boys.
Rick.
He's Mr. Krabs. Yeah.
He was on ER.
Right.
Yep. He's Mr.
His,
Krabs.
his head exploded in Bad Boys, remember?
Yeah.
The guy
yeah.
rewired the boombox?
He's Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs. Okay. There's a lot of big names.
There is, yes, we don't know them, but we know.
Well, we know them.
Hey, Ernest Borgnine and Tim Conway were on there.
We're on
Yes,
the show?
They were, they were
Barnacle
Merman
Boy and something.
Merman
Yeah.
and Barnacle Boy.
Yeah.
I've watched so little SpongeBob.
Oh, I love it.
But like Toy Story 3,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen more than 3 minutes of it straight, but I know the whole story just from listening to it, from the kids listening. Like SpongeBob is always on.
Oh, I can still quote Blues Clues.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
We are gonna play Blues Clues.
Child labor is the only reason we should have kids.
Oh, wow.
You said before you watch what your kids watch. Like, I will let them literally watch anything. 60 minutes? Go ahead. Live it up. Are you going to be quiet for 10 minutes?
How old are your kids?
27 and 32.
The Walking Dead go
No,
right ahead.
8 and 11.
So
they're a delight.
They're wonderful. Want to see Daddy and the Walking Dead kids? Yes, here I am.
They don't really understand what I do. Like,
Right.
You're going to do a show in the middle of the day? I thought you did comedy at clubs. Who's going to a... I'm like, I don't know.
Just
Just keep watching SpongeBob, please.
But when you're on like Rescue Me, do you grab the boys? Hey, look, watch this, watch
No,
this.
you know what I did? I was on... You have kids. Remember Nick Jr.?
yes.
Yeah.
They changed it. Oh, no, it used to be Noggin.
Yes.
Now
yes,
it's Nick
yes,
Jr.
Now it's Nick Jr.
But on Noggin, this is before I joined the union.
Stop.
I did a non-union commercial for Noggin, and it was like a kids' network, so they had no commercials. Once every half hour, they aired their self-promo
yes.
featuring me.
No way.
So
I must
every-
have seen you.
You totally did. I was in everybody's house like once every half hour, 48 times a day.
Right.
So everybody who had kids from 2 to 4 during
Yes.
that specific time
I must have seen you.
knew me, and I would go to a party, and like the kids would like know
Hey,
me.
That's
you're
so
the Noggin
cool.
But
guy.
I had a baby. Like it didn't work. So I
Right.
waited until they were like 5. My oldest was 5. And I said, oh. And they'd already switched to Nick Jr. Noggin was off the air, but I had DVR'd it.
Okay, good.
And I finally showed him the commercial, expecting.
yeah.
And absolutely underwhelming
Yeah.
response. He's like, yeah. I'm like, no, Daddy was on a commercial. Like, yeah, I was just on that screen like twice last week. I'm like, videos I took of you not being able to feed yourself. Like, there's
Right,
he couldn't
right.
comprehend the difference. But we were both on the same screen, so we
Right.
were both at the
You were
same level of
equals.
showbiz.
Did you
Which
like
is
just
excellent.
shove your union card in his face? Be like, look at this, pal. Huh?
Look at this residual check for 19 cents, you son of a bitch.
Do you ever watch like the Jessica Jones series on Netflix?
No,
All right.
because
It's
now
like-
I have run out of time for all
yeah,
the great content.
yeah. But there was a spin-off called Luke Cage.
Yeah, Iron Fist.
Yeah,
Was Luke
like
Cage-
one of those.
Luke Cage, Iron Fist,
And when
Daredevil.
I've
and
auditioned for a bunch of
Yeah.
these, and they always give them a different name.
Yeah. So Tony.
Oh.
Are you doing it?
Stop it. Is this it?
It should be it.
Let's see.
From Noggin.
And if you take a look at this year's earnings chart as compared to the previous 2 years, which one is biggest?
Oh, I
remember
this
this
I
commercial.
remember
I do.
this.
Look at that
this one.
beautiful head of hair on that guy.
I totally remember this.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yep.
Come on over to play.
That was literally. I think that's it. That's all you're gonna
Is
say.
that
of me.
Horatio
Your
Sands?
wine tribe. Please
No.
hold.
On TV, online, and on
Oh,
demand.
yeah,
every
I got
day.
sick of you.
Noggin is the
Yeah,
only
everybody
free
does.
educational network dedicated
It's only a matter of time, Tony.
to as much as they do.
Yeah, I totally remember that. Yeah.
Unless you can tell me which one of these shapes is an octagon.
Noggin. It's like preschool on
Good
TV.
old Noggin.
Wow.
I love Noggin.
I feel like we have a celebrity in the room.
Yeah,
We
that's
do.
great.
I'll have to tell my
Who is
kids.
Well, we care more than your kids, for sure.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't get too impressed.
Yeah.
They think it's kind of cool, but when people come up to me at like Little League games, like, "Are you the comedian?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. And I was on Noggin.
But some of the kids like his age, just like last year, 10-year-olds were saying, "Oh, I saw your little comedy thing online." I'm like, No. I talk about bad things. You shouldn't watch. I don't show my sons that.
That's all.
See, I would have just killed him for calling it your little comedy thing.
My little.
I would have just killed him.
That's what my wife calls it. She's talking about something else.
What?
Eric.
Tommy's got a little comedy thing in his pants.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You were. I don't know.
Oh
what
yeah,
you're talking about.
His son Zach is just really into
Luke
all
Cage.
the superhero
Marvel,
stuff.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
really into it. Like he's even going to film school and just
Oh,
loves this
cool.
stuff and watches things 1,000 times.
Give him my resume.
Yeah. So Tony was an extra in the Luke show.
Okay.
And so he was on
The
like
Luke Show.
It's the Luke Show.
yeah.
Only on Noggin.
Hi, I'm Luke, everybody. I could do that shit.
But he spent like the whole entire day there.
I
Like
can do that shit.
I can do that shit.
he spent the whole day there, and he was like a couple of roles, and one of them was in the kitchen doing like sautéing stuff.
Okay.
And what's funny about that?
It's just the way you do it.
I'm
Sautéing.
sautéing. I'm sautéing stuff. Can't let the onions burn. So
I think these are euphemisms, but I just don't get them. Go ahead.
so he gets in the scene. But he doesn't tell Zach that he's even got the job.
Okay.
And so they're sitting there down in the den, and so like Zach's watching it, and he's waiting for him to notice him. And he doesn't notice him. And then what? You rewound it, and you showed him again.
Who's that handsome fella?
And then all of a sudden Zach was like, "Oh my God!" He was like totally like out of his skin. Like, I can't believe it.
See?
Yeah, it was cool.
I didn't watch one episode of Luke Cage.
I never got to it.
Yeah.
I watched 2.
Even though Tony was in it, I didn't watch it.
It's just, it's not enough hours in the day.
It's
Yeah.
so much.
Oh, my God.
There's so much.
My friends would yell at me. It would take me 3 days to get through Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we got to talk about it. I'm like,
I just did it. Like, I
do
didn't
it.
watch it from the beginning, and then I just like did power watched it for.
that's the way to do it, because every season I'm 6 episodes in before I go, oh, wait, they're related? Like, it's
Right.
Yeah.
nothing but dirty men in fur coats. I was confused every
Yes.
season.
Yeah. I'm glad I watched it, but I know what you mean. There's like so many things out there to
Yeah, they would
watch.
It's just and the kids go, especially now in summer, they go to bed at like 9:30. We watch one show. I'm
Right.
out. So it's kind of hard to squeeze in.
Yeah, it is difficult. Plus, they drop everything right there. There's the whole season. Go have fun. So you can watch Stranger Things in like 3 days.
Well, that's what. Well, we
Right.
There was 8 episodes. It took us
Yeah.
8 nights.
Yeah. Well, we did a couple because we were away when they released it. So we did like 3 the first day, and then we did 2 the next day. So we
Yeah.
only had like 3 left.
Like
by the
normal
time-
people, you just binge watched it.
Yeah, binge watch it like
That's
a
the way to do it.
normal, American family. We didn't get up for 3-4 hours at a time.
I'm trying to see if my clip is on somewhere.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere.
It's so mean. Why so mean in here? I thought
Yeah,
this
it's so
was a
funny.
friendly
Like your kids are at an age where like they all have like the cell phones and stuff. But like when my kids, my oldest is 19, so like when they were little, there were no like cell phones around, and I would lie to them at nighttime and tell them that like I would set clocks back so they would go to bed earlier.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you've just had it. Like you can't do another hour. So I would just like.
You're sick.
I know, like.
But it's still daylight.
Yeah.
Get to bed.
Look what time it is. It
I
doesn't
remember when
matter.
they figured
the
it
sun
out.
god is mad. He's staying out longer. That's why.
Did you
Some days you just can't take another hour.
And
Yeah.
I would start shaving off minutes because before they could tell time, I'm like, you can't come down until 7 o'clock, and then I would set the clock back a little bit.
Yeah,
more, buy
yeah.
myself a little extra time. But now, yeah, they're on to me.
Yeah.
You set the clocks back?
Well, yeah. I mean, they didn't have
Oh, yeah.
phones, so yeah.
By the time you
absolutely.
did it, it would have been the time they were
Oh,
going to bed
no.
anyway. How many clocks did you have in your house?
A good hour you'd save, yeah, easy. I mean,
Oh.
one time because they caught me once, and then they remembered back. They're like, remember the time that we asked you, and you said something like, "Well, it's later in the day now because of like the summer solstice." Like, and I was like, "Yeah, I did that."
Oh my god!
My big parenting rule was, I don't really remember anything before the age of 5.
Right.
So for those 5 years, that's
You can pretty much.
I can get
do what
away
you
with
want.
anything I want. Go to bed, lock the door, you're fine. You
Chain
want
them up.
I got in trouble for watching Scarface with the kid. I'm like, he's not gonna remember. He's afraid of chainsaws now, but it's
Right.
fine. He's
Yeah,
fine.
my kids were young when they watched.
He's sniffing
Kill-
the confectionery sugar off his pancakes, but
They
he's
watched.
fine.
They watched Kill Bill, and I was like,
Oh,
oh, maybe I shouldn't have
at
done
what
that.
age?
Well, my second grader put it down as his favorite movie, and I saw it when it came back, and I was like, oh man, that was
My
bad.
favorite movie is Kill Bill.
Kill Bill.
But like even last summer, like their peers were saying they'd seen it. They went to go see it in the theater. I can't even watch the commercial for that.
I
clown
can't,
movie.
even now, I can't watch that.
No.
It's awful. There's one scary scene in the beginning. The rest is awful. It's a terrible movie.
But it's scary.
Yeah, I
No,
didn't
it's
see
not.
And I'm a huge wuss.
It's actually funny.
Is it?
It's so bad it's funny.
Yeah.
It's
The
not-
new one or the original?
The new one.
Oh.
The new one. It's
Either
so
one.
bad.
I couldn't even watch the original.
No.
It's so bad.
I'm with you.
And now Roach is a big horror movie guy.
Oh, is he?
Oh, and we're always
Well,
covering like these stories
Because he
that-
plays monsters in most of them.
but not in real life.
So yeah, do you cover like haunted houses and stuff on Long
Well,
Island?
this our like second episode was the Amityville Horror. That commercial scared me in 1978.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
and I'm like,
remember it.
I'm
The
a
windows.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
totally
eyes and
remember
the
it.
flies
To
and
this-
everything.
I've never seen. To this day, I've never seen that movie.
I read the book.
don't
I
think
watched
I've
the
seen the
movie.
movie.
I watched everything
for the podcast.
for the damn show. And it turns out it was all a hoax.
Yeah.
With the research I got down to was it, but
Yeah.
I wanted to go back and slap 12-year-old me in the face for being so scared of that commercial.
Wasn't real.
No.
The guy killed his family in there. That's real.
Yeah, right. Yes.
That's real.
But then the family that moved in afterwards was like, oh no.
They
things are-"
pre-planned it.
Right.
That they figured they'd move in there for a couple of weeks, make up a horror story, and he could write a script or something to make some money or a book deal.
Right, which he did.
Well, they were successful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good for them.
I watched your Pelosi episode, Daniel Pelosi. I thought that was a good one.
Nancy Pelosi?
Daniel.
Don't get me
Who's
started.
Daniel Pelosi?
Wasn't that his name? Daniel. He was a contractor. He hooked up with that woman out east.
Oh, right.
Right? I have the
Murder
name,
in
right?
the Hamptons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, the
Yeah.
contractor that married into
Yeah.
and then he killed the guy.
Yeah.
We always get stuck on some of these true crime ones because we did one. I won't even mention it, but the guy just got out. I'm like, we did a whole episode of it, and I started editing it. I'm like, dude, I think it's too raw. And he's like, yeah, I was feeling that when we were talking it. Like the families are still around.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Oh yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Yep. I got it.
I
Yep.
feel bad,
Yeah.
but we've
Yeah,
done
felt bad
some
for them.
recently, like from 1947, the shooting of the century, the honeymoon
Right,
killers,
right.
and you know who I talked to last night?
No.
You'll know this name, Katie Beers.
Yes.
Weren't we just talking about that recently?
She fell in a hole.
Yeah.
No, she was
Kidnapped.
kidnapped.
You're thinking of Baby Jessica. Fell
Yeah,
in a hole.
one of them. One of those kids.
You're always right on the cusp of knowing what you're talking about, but it's just over the line.
So you talked to her. How old is she now?
She is in her 30s.
Wow.
82, she's almost 38 around there.
And she's hot.
Oh,
Is she?
we're not going
Yeah.
there. We're not going there. She's
Yeah.
very nice. She was so more well adjusted than the four of us. No
Yeah.
offense, Sally. I'm sure you're fine. But
No,
except
she's
No,
except for
she's
the hippie leanings.
Yes.
I'm a mess.
No, she's a good looking girl. She's a good looking woman.
I don't judge women.
I do.
I know. That's the problem we're having.
It's not even close to the
How-
real problems and things.
How old was she when that happened?
She was 9. She was abducted and kept in a bunker for 17 days.
Yeah.
She was 9 when she was abducted. She turned 10 in the bunker
No kidding.
by herself. So we have next week's episode is the story,
Her
and then in
birthday
2
episode?
weeks we're doing my interview with her.
Isn't it so difficult, like, once you have, like, kids that are, like, getting to that age of a certain horrible thing? Like, because before you're like, oh, wow, that was such a horrible thing for
Yeah.
that poor little girl. And then when you have a 9-year-old, you're like, oh,
It's terrible.
Refresh me. Nothing happened to her though, right? Nothing physically.
Oh,
No,
absolutely.
She had a horrible. It's a
Yes.
horrible story. It's a
Oh,
horrible,
yeah.
horrible
Oh,
to
he
talk
did?
about.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Not just him.
I
The
don't-
whole system failed her. She'd been abused up until that point.
No,
It had been a
I know, but I
nightmare
didn't
life.
think,
But even
for some
then,
reason in my head, maybe I blocked it out. I thought nothing happened to her when she was in the bunker. He just like took her and was trying to.
When-
that's what he
camping.
said. And
and
she actually didn't admit what really happened in there until many years later.
Yeah.
'Cause she, it's tough. It's tough. But those true crime ones, some of them, the old ones can be fun, but like the more recent ones are it's a fine line.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Again, I won't mention names, but you did a podcast on that one,
Yeah, it just
and then afterwards you're like, we shouldn't release this.
we've had 2 that we've done a full session and they just sit in a bin somewhere. The other one was about a topic. This was early on when I was just starting to get to know Roach, and he's like, "Yeah, that's perfect." And then we started, and he goes, "Yeah, well, I don't really listen to him, but what I do like is," I'm like, Well, the topic is A.
Right,
We can't go to your love of heavy metal music. We're supposed to be.
Yeah, well, nobody likes to talk about John Lennon that much. Anyway,
You probably could do John Lennon. He had a house in Cold Spring Harbor, so you can do
did he?
Yeah.
We're always looking for, and when we started, we're like, is there enough here
right.
to do?
McCartney
The run.
he still has a place in the Hamptons. So
That's
there's
why
a Long
we
Island
did the
people.
two-parter on Jaws, and people on the internet, that was filmed in Martha's Vineyard. It's in Martha's Vineyard. I'm like, if you read the book, Amity is not an island. It's a town between Amagansett and East whatever. It was,
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
in the book, it's just a resort town, which is a stand-in for Montauk.
Right.
So
But it was filmed in Martha's Vineyard?
it was filmed in Martha's
Yes,
Vineyard.
yes,
okay.
it was
I didn't
filmed.
know
In,
They made it an island to make it feel more isolated, which is a great move.
All right, let's see if we can stump him.
Go ahead.
All right, let's see if there's something about Long Island that they haven't done yet, or that he didn't know.
I
Okay.
feel like he knows so much more than all
he
of us put
definitely knows
together.
more than us.
Yeah.
On many, many topics.
So
though.
we're not gonna. Did you do a Godfather episode?
No, we have not. Well,
He was born where?
Mario Puzo?
Yes.
On Long Island?
Where?
In a hospital?
Yes, very good.
What town
you.
did he grow up in?
Long Beach, Bayshore, or Sayville?
Sayville seems like the weird choice, so I'm going to go with Bayshore.
You are correct. You are
But
correct.
I don't even know why we brought it up, but we did do a segment about the
Well, they filmed a bunch of it here.
toll booth scene.
Right.
Yes.
Because they had the houses down, which was Long Beach, right? Wasn't that their compound? Was it Long Beach in Godfather?
Yes.
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 Look what they did to my boy.
We haven't even done it yet, and it's in the.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Let's see. You can do one about
The Baldwins.
the what? The
Baldwins.
Baldwins.
The Baldwins, we haven't touched
Or-
yet. Seinfeld, we haven't touched yet.
The Stray Cats.
That's what I want to do because they're coming back around. I
They
would
are.
love to sit down with Mr. Setzer. We'll see. I reach out. I throw out my feelers.
Do you do that? That's what I do. I just email them because you never know
Well,
what's going
because
to happen.
I've done, if it's some schmuck in his house in Massapequa wants to interview you, but at least my pedigree and my backstory, I've interviewed all the big names. So it's
I've
not-
interviewed Tom Kenny.
I've sat in Tom Kenny's couch. It's nice.
Right.
But we had Steve Gutenberg on because I had him on my old show. I said, "Oh, you want to come on and do this one?"
nice.
It's nice that I have a little history with reps and stuff out in L.A. So there's a certain pedigree there. Plus, Roach used to be a sitcom star,
Right.
Right.
Which
As you
doesn't-
know.
Right.
And now a podcast star.
and now a podcast star and a
Superstar.
He's Long Island famous. He's
Yes.
a very big
Yep,
name.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, because I do the same thing. I just email anybody. You never know.
Like Roach said, we got to do Katie Beer's story. I'm like, that's a tough one to tackle. And I read the book and I said, if we can get her,
Right.
that's a nice little coda at the end. It's a redemptive story or
Right.
a
Right,
story of
right,
resilience.
right,
She
right.
survived. And I reached out to her and absolutely love to do it. And
Nice.
she couldn't have been nicer. So
Wow.
She's still local.
No, she's in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
So
Tell me about Billy J. Kramer. That was
Do you know?
cool.
Oh yeah, you're a Beatle fan. You know Billy J. Kramer's? If I could talk.
why do I know that name?
The Beatles wrote
You'll-
songs for him.
It'll hit you in a second.
The Beatles wrote songs for him. He sang. His big hit wasn't a Beatles song. It was "Little Children." That, I think his biggest hit. But he sang. "Bad to Me" was a song that Lennon wrote for him. He was
In the 70s?
No, in the '60s.
the
When the
60s.
Beatles were still climbing, he was
I'm
climbing.
not
with
as
them.
old as you, Tony, so some of these references are just going right on.
Oh, okay, never mind. So it turns
I don't-
He
out.
did a
don't
couple
know.
of songs, like other than that, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Billy J. Kramer?
Yeah.
And he's a Long Island guy.
Well, he wasn't back then, but he turns out he's been living in Plainview for 30 years.
Because of a lass.
That's right.
See?
yes.
All the great
Alas.
ones come to
Yeah.
Long Island.
So he was in here with us. We had a great time with
Oh.
him.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. He
All
was
right,
very,
now I got to do my research. See, this is good.
Yeah, he was very nice. And he was very appreciative. He's like,
Yes.
I can't believe you guys remembered me. And I'm like, yeah.
He actually asked to come back, and we were trying to work that out, and then I don't know what happened.
He died.
Oh, okay.
He's dead now.
So I'll give him a call.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Have you tackled Harry Chapin yet? Do you try to stay away from the common topics, or you?
No, we have a list.
Okay.
And we tried it, it just seemed like a good one for Shark Week, and we did a couple of a two-parter on sharks and Jaws and that.
Okay.
Anything on the Islanders besides Grabner?
We did Long Island hockey. Well,
Okay.
Grabner was at Men's Health.
Okay.
But we want to do a Long Island
attention.
hockey during the playoffs. We
Okay.
did. I forget the name of the team. It wasn't the Ducks. It wasn't the Long Island Ducks.
Yeah, the Long Island Ducks were a hockey team.
They were an independent hockey team, and
Absolutely.
we talked about that. We talked about
Allegedly based, the movie Slapshot was based on them.
Yes.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
I never knew that.
Yeah, the coach,
they
the
played
player
in,
coach that Newman played was supposed to be based on that. Comac
They-
Arena.
Comac Arena.
Have you covered lacrosse?
No, and I'm a big lacrosse guy, but
The Long Island Lizards.
The Lizards,
The
yep.
Long Island Saints.
The Long Island
They're the Saints now?
What,
No, the Saints were the.
Weren't they the New York Saints, though? I don't believe they were the Long Island
I
Saints.
think you're right. I think it was
Yeah.
They
New
were
York
the New
Saints.
York Saints, and they had a St. Bernard was their logo.
Well,
Yes,
yeah, that
yes.
came
Yeah.
later. Yeah.
Now, when I was at Men's Health, one of the web series I did was the Belanger Experiment, where I would go do things like play golf with a PGA professional
Right.
and try.
That must have been embarrassing.
No, you know what?
Really?
I played against Gary Player,
Uh,
South African,
Wow.
Yeah.
the man in black, and I outdrove him on the first hole. My strut. I was a prima donna walking down. He was
Yeah.
like, "That's pretty good, Steve. Look at you." He gave me one of these, and I could die a happy man.
Wow.
But one of the episodes we did was I played goalie against Stony Brook
Oh my goodness.
back when they were Kevin Crowley, like they
Yep.
were in the top five.
Yeah.
And I had the gear on and faced these college kids just sweating blood. Just
Wow.
I've watched it a lot because my nephews played.
Right.
To be in goal when they're firing that rock at you,
Scared hell.
I was doing okay. Someone's whizzing by my head. One caught here, and I was like, "Oh
Game over.
no!" I was like, "Okay, fight through pain, fight through pain." And we wrapped up, and then I looked, and it was like a Freddie
Feels like you were
Flintstone
shot
bruise.
or
Right, right,
something,
right.
You know.
It was
It hurts,
like I'd
yeah.
been hit with a
Like a bullet,
Ike
yeah.
Turner bat,
Yeah,
baseball
yeah.
bat to the forearm.
So you're like a Morgan Spurlock.
Yeah.
That was kind of the
Yeah.
the genesis of it. I took the SATs again as like a
Oh,
45-year-old
that's cool.
man.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't that I didn't perform that.
How'd
well.
you do?
It was they had changed. Remember when we took it? It was 2 parts.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was in that weird window where became a 3-parter:
Okay.
math, English, and essay. And I'm like, this is the one I'm going to nail. I'm a writer.
Writer.
I'm
Right.
an unemployed writer. I'm going to do great at this. Well, first of all, when I walk in, I got a lot of weird looks
Said you should have been a guidance counselor.
from the Jump Street
Right.
crowd. Like it's all 16-year-olds and me. Like, everybody came up to me. What kind of pencil should I use? I'm like, I don't know. I brought this one. Like it's no. And then they
Pay you
started
$5 if I can copy off you.
once they realized that I wasn't a proctor, they started getting scared and drifting to the other side of the cafeteria because now I'm just a creepy old man with a pencil.
Right.
Yeah.
But the essay portion came up. I don't remember. It's like a 20-minute time limit. And I don't remember the question, but I looked at the question. Started formulating hypothesis. I
Right.
came up with a good narrative. I came up with the perfect 2
Damn,
minutes.
Time's up. Yep.
And all I had was a page full of notes and a perfectly blank sheet. So it was literally like, I like podcasts because podcasts are fun and they're fun to listen to, and I like listening to things, and fun things are fun to listen to. And I handed it in, and I got such a horrible grade on the writing part.
Right. That
And,
it brought down your whole
yeah,
grade.
and all the editors
What'd
at the
you get?
magazine are like, nice job.
What'd you
Wow.
get?
Nice job.
What'd you get?
I don't remember. It
Come
wasn't good. It
on.
wasn't
Likely
good.
story.
No, it was. I have it somewhere. I
Yes.
will look it up. But
Oh,
it
yeah.
was abysmal. Whatever is low,
This
it's
is
low.
low.
It was low.
You were going to Suffolk Community College. You, sir, are destined for Suffolk.
What does Chris always say? It's like the 13th grade. Where did he go?
Yeah, 13th.
I can't remember. I can't
13th
remember
grade.
his education.
All right, so you could talk about Hicksville.
Specifically,
William Joel.
William Joel.
Oh, we did a 2-parter on Billy Joel.
Oh, did
Lorraine,
you?
'Cause
Lorraine
we-
Bracco.
we
I'll watch
went
that.
to Billy's
Yeah.
70th birthday at the
Oh, at
Garden.
the Garden.
And we know Del Judas. We did an episode on Del Judas. He's a friend of ours.
Yes,
Trader.
I did. Yes, he's a trader. He's a flat lever.
He lives in Florida now.
He lives in Florida now. Well,
Fuck him.
A few weeks ago, Roach headlined here at Governor's.
Yes.
And I opened up for him, and we were backstage, and Del Judas was working with Billy Joel at Wembley.
Right.
So he posted, walking on stage at Wembley with the man, blessed, wonderful
Yeah.
life.
Right.
And Roach writes, not to throw shade, but me and Steve are about to go on stage at Levittown. Living large.
Mike was in here a couple times.
Yes.
He's such a good guy.
Oh, he's great.
Such a good
founding
guy.
great.
member of Smokefish.
When I sat down with him originally.
Probably the funniest episode, I think. I like that episode.
Oh,
Heaven Can Wait.
I sat down with him for Men's Health, and he went into like all the bands, the Long Island. This was before I knew anything about Long Island, and he was naming. I thought that was the Long Island band that he was in. Like,
Right.
And I was like, okay, just pretend you know it. Smile and nod. So Billy Joel, go ahead. I'm like,
Yeah, right.
he was naming drummers. The first 3 drummers he had, I'm like, oh boy, I'm out. Just keep
Oh,
digging.
yeah, I
Keep
don't
digging.
know.
But he's a good guy. He is.
Oh, he's
a
great.
delight.
Like
he'll
Mike
be
a lot.
tonight for anybody. He'll be at Burns Park in Massapequa.
Oh, is that
Did you
tonight?
know that?
Tonight? Is
That's
that tonight?
Yep.
Yeah, we've done that a few times.
I've never been. I want to go tonight.
Go,
you
go a
have-
little early.
Oh.
I got to.
No, go a lot early. You have to.
Let's see. Already you're talking.
That's
out
why
of
we
it.
stopped going because we
And I
used
gotta-
to go. We used to go at 4:30.
Oh my God! What time does it start? If it starts at 5, I'm in.
No, it doesn't start till I think 7 or 8.
Oh, I'm out. I gotta go to bed.
It's just
It's
parking.
insane.
That's the problem. Like
Yeah,
maybe,
parking's
like
very
I think
bad.
I think one year
Uber.
I parked over in like Ace Hardware.
Oh, across the street.
yeah. That's how bad it is.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a madhouse. Yeah.
But it's nice.
I'll
It's
just text
fun.
him and wish him luck.
Madhouse.
Have fun tonight. Wish I was there.
He puts on a great show.
Have you ever seen him at the Paramount? I mean, he
Yep.
just kills that place.
No, he. Well, we're friends with him too, and he
Okay.
he actually gave us a little heads up. He didn't actually tell us when Billy showed up. He didn't actually say Billy's coming, but he said this is one you might not
You might
want to
be
miss.
there for. Okay.
And we kind of figured. Oh,
We're like, all right. We don't know why, but
we figured.
we're like, if it's
And did you
Alexa,
Yeah, we went.
And
we're
was he
gonna be
there?
mad.
Did he play?
Yes.
Where? When was this?
Oh, 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They didn't invite you, Eric?
No.
He
No.
he came out and he played 3 songs with them.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was very nice.
You've seen him at in Montauk, Big Shot a lot, right?
I've never
Have you?
seen him at Mulcahy's.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
I feel very old from Mulcahy's.
You're
we used to
not
go there
though,
a
Not
because
lot.
when
it is
they
pretty.
play.
It's
Not when
pretty
they play?
old.
No,
yeah.
not when they play.
It's an old crowd.
Okay.
You'll
if
feel
it-
fine.
We'll put something together. We'll all go.
Please.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I saw that tonight. I was like, oh, maybe we should bring the kids. And then everybody said, oh, get there early. I was like, oh, that's.
And bring bug spray. And,
Yeah.
ugh.
It's a nice night though.
That was one of the other things on our list for that when I was playing goalie and golf. I wanted to do a rock star for a day thing.
Ooh.
Because that's like my secret passion. Every comedian wants to be something else.
That's
I've
right.
always wanted to be a drummer.
Why not a hockey goalie?
Because I can't skate. If we could play I wanted to play street hockey against Grabner.
Yeah.
And he just laughed. He's like, no, the league will never let me. Because he would have probably killed me with the little orange ball.
Yeah, yeah.
But Mike was going to let me do
He's gonna let you drum.
something, like play a few riffs or something, and we were trying to set it up, and then that's when Men's Health asked me to leave the building, not unlike Felix Unger.
All right, so
was
let's-
asked by his wife.
All right, so let's set. You're gonna do it for Gov's Radio. You're gonna let's talk to Mike. Let's talk to him. Let's get Mike on the phone.
I do have a perfect musical ability for audio.
All right, so they're playing Burns Park tonight. So let's see if we. So that means he's on the island.
Oh, we're not doing that tonight.
He's not going out tonight.
But no, but I'm just saying. But he's,
I need 3
but
naps.
at least he's on the island, so I know he's around.
Oh, right, because he's always.
gotta call his ass
when he
right
called
now.
into our show, he was like in the car on the way to the airport to come up to JFK. This was a few months ago.
All right, hang on. Let me see. Let me find him here. Talk amongst yourselves.
no, let's just stare at
I like all the lawn concerts. Do you ever go to them? Like
I don't.
they're
You should.
great. They're
I
really
don't go to
fun.
one.
I
Go to
don't
one.
like people
Right,
and crowds.
right. But you should go to one.
I should, but
I went to one once too.
and it was okay.
It was.
You had a good time.
It was okay.
Who was it?
I
Billy
don't know.
Joel. Billy Joel stuff.
It was somebody.
David Clark, right?
Oh, Songs in the Attic.
yeah. Songs
David-
in the
Oh,
Attic.
Songs in the
David
Attic.
Clark.
It was very good. I had a nice time.
Okay.
That's enough, but it was nice. It was nice.
We saw a
but now I
U2
could say
tribute
I'm
band at
part of Long
Paramount. I always
Island.
enjoy that.
Yeah, but I'm part of Long Island now. I did an outdoor concert and I had fun. And
You're not from here originally?
I am from Long Island.
Okay.
I'm born and raised, but I never went to an outdoor concert. It's beneath me, basically. But
We're gonna let that just slide.
oh yeah, they let me slide through a lot.
Not
of
even
things.
the
Outdoor
worst thing
concerts
that's
are
going to come
beneath
out.
you.
Yeah, it's very beneath me.
I can see me
Right.
saying I don't want to go because I don't like staying up late and seeing people. But
No,
you,
it's-
the commoners do
Yeah,
that.
they try to sit too close to me. and
Oh,
yeah.
personal space.
I
is a
like
big
I like
thing for me.
assigned seating where I'm in the front and they're all up there somewhere.
Plus, we have people write in that like stick up for everyone all the time. Like earlier, did Eric just seriously say that Tony was half Italian?
Yes, I did.
Like all this stuff.
Why is he not? Is he full Italian?
I am.
half.
Pretty.
Let me tell you how
close.
Italian I am. Celentano.
Is he gonna pull on his
please.
chest hair? What?
That's right. No, the Celentano, the frozen foods at the supermarket, Celentano.
The
Okay.
raviolis.
Yeah.
I'm related to them.
Menegats?
Yeah, I'm related.
Manny
to them.
You're related to them? Okay.
That's how Italian I am.
Yeah,
Wow.
please. It's only half.
What's the other half?
No, it's more than half.
Mutt.
Yeah, there's a lot of mutt.
A lot of mutton here.
But no, most of it's Italian.
No, it's not.
I'm 50-50 purebred.
Really? Talk to me.
French Canadian and Portuguese.
Ooh, that's an interesting
Yeah, wow.
combination.
Which in my hometown, everybody was that.
Really?
Because it was a mill town in
true.
Fall River.
Ah.
The Canadians came down. The Portuguese came across the water. They mingled.
Everybody.
And my whole generation was the same.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I
They
thought
mingled. They
everybody
had
was.
relations.
Yeah, they had relations.
What do you mean you're not Portuguese? What are you talking about?
We're like the generic store brand of Italian.
Yeah.
Portuguese people don't know anything about the Portuguese.
No, nothing. Except they were next to Spain.
They're on the coast. Yeah,
They know
it's nice. What are they? Fisher people? Okay, nice.
But did you call Del Judas?
He did not answer.
Jerk.
So I sent. That's where I took the picture.
He
'cause I
must
sent-
have caller ID.
I sent him. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this fucking guy again.
No, actually, I haven't bothered him much lately.
No, because he's in Florida now.
Yeah. So I do. I leave him alone. He's a flat leaver. He wants nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
When we called him for our show, he knows Roach from obviously, and I had interviewed him years ago for Men's Health, and
Right.
he barely remembered me. And I said, "Remember, we were sitting at your piano, and your son kept firing Nerf darts at me."
Oh no.
Oh yeah, you were nice. Okay,
Yeah, you were
Thank-
nice.
thank you.
You didn't kill my kid. That's the French Canadian. And
that's
you're very
the French,
polite.
very very subdued, eh?
Right.
We should hook him up with Elio.
But that's not a Long Island thing.
Elio loves Long Island.
He does love Long Island.
We get a lot of
that
that.
count?
But I live here. A lot of
I vi-
comedians
I
like,
vi-
well, I can say things about Long Island. I'm like, that's really not the.
I visited.
You-
I visited.
Actually, you could do the Long Island comedy scene. Although I'm sure you have already.
we did Jackie.
Oh,
Jack
and,
Martling.
And how was he walking after you did him?
About the same. Not that-
Jackie's great.
Yeah, he was good, and they went off on the whole. That was another one. I was like, I have nothing to add. They're talking about the broker because Jackie helped start the brokerage or one of the clubs.
This one.
here.
This one.
This one, yeah.
yeah.
So he went. He had deep cuts, and Chris knew, and I just went.
Yep.
Interesting.
Interesting live. He's
yeah.
a really interesting
Oh, you know
live.
what? Here's a good reason for Hicksville, actually.
Okay.
Again, Billy Joel, obviously. Lorraine Bracco
Yep.
from Hicksville.
The guy
She's
from
on the
that
list.
band.
The guys in that band. Oh, there's a band now.
Santana.
The Lemon Twigs. They're kind of big on
Santana. Was there a guy from Santana?
No, a guy from Steely Dan. Is
That's
from
it.
Hicksville.
Steely
Which one?
Dan.
Denny Diaz, the original lead guitar player. He plays
Okay.
on most of their big hits. He was from
Okay.
Hicksville, but also the Sweet Shop.
Yes.
The Sweet Shop. It's a luncheonette, but they make their own ice cream. It's fantastic. But they've been there since I think the 40s. I think the
Early.
40s.
And that's
Actually,
when
no, I think it's even
Earlier than that.
So now we got to put them head to head against Critches in Massapequa.
I will
They've been
take
there a while.
I
go
will
with the
take the
Sweet
Sweet
Shop.
Shop over
Yeah.
Critches any day.
Because we've
Any
been to
day.
both a bunch.
See now
Any
here's
day.
where we go back to my economic lifestyle. I don't go out for that. I go
Hey,
to
hey,
ShopRite.
we
I
even-
buy 2 half-gallons for $5, and I sit on my backyard.
we
and I
actually
eat it by
took
myself.
we took Jackie to
In
lunch
tears.
at the Sweet Shop.
You took who?
Jackie to lunch on the Sweet Shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And he liked it.
Oh,
He liked it a lot.
Got 2 thumbs up from Jackie.
Well, he didn't have to pay for it. That's why.
Well, that's
3 thumbs
true,
up.
too, yeah.
he gets a bad rap that way. He's a good guy.
No, he was a delight.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the perfect guest for this type of thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's been
So
in here
Jackie,
with us.
what do you think of comedy? And then
That's it.
That was
Yeah.
it.
You don't
Yeah.
even have to ask him that. He's just he just goes.
And I think we said at the beginning we were gonna. I was a big fan of Howard back in the day. I'd love to talk. I don't want to talk about that bullshit anymore. All right, I'll tell you everything. And then
Yeah.
he's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
But he was good. We liked him.
All right, so we're almost out of time.
Oh my God,
There
that
was
was
one-
that was a very fast 4 hours.
There was one thing I wanted to cover with you. I also saw in my stalker moment that you've done.
You drive a 42 Camry. That's nice. What do you?
In
pay for?
1973, you've done soaps.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
missed the soaps.
You missed the
That was
soaps.
because they used to
All
be in
my
New York.
children.
Do you know Stone Grissom?
No,
We should get him to interview Stone
I
Grissom.
know
that's a
he's the
good
News
idea.
12 guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's been in here.
And-
He's been in here?
And he's
yes.
also a best-selling author.
Yes.
What has he written?
He
Book.
wrote. What the fuck was the name of the
What
book
was that?
he gave
I
it
have
to
it
us?
on my.
A Crime of Passion.
No, A Cry for Justice.
A Cry for Justice.
I like
Cry
that
for
first
Ju-
one better.
I was
I would
close.
read A Crime for Passion by
Cry for
Stone
Justice.
Grissom. Just
Novel.
a picture of Tony on the cover with flowing hair,
Yeah.
just riding a horse. Oh God,
A Cry for Justice.
I would like Stone Grissom would be a good one.
He's
All
great.
right, we'll get
He's good.
we'll put you in touch with
Beautiful,
Stone and
beautiful.
Antoinette
And Antoinette, too.
and Antoinette
Who's
Biordi.
Antoinette?
She's also on News 12.
See, I'm a DirecTV guy now because of the
Oh.
Chiefs. So I used to love News 12.
Yeah.
But
News 12 is great. I really like it.
I missed the traffic reports.
Yes.
and
You just miss Elisa DiStefano.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, she's nothing compared to Antoinette Biordi, though.
What about Wrangler Jane?
Oh.
Now or then?
Yes.
Oh, now she's sad, but we covered that. Wait, what was the original question?
So soap operas.
Soap operas, yes.
So I want to see like your best soap opera faces. You know, because there's big dramatic plot.
No,
yes.
I was.
You were a doctor
You're a
or some
doctor.
shit.
That's when I started back. We talked about background work. Like the first thing I did was a couple of days of background on all my
Days.
children.
Damn
and
it.
days I did.
You did dual?
Yeah. No,
You were on
or,
dual?
or was it guiding light? As a background, you can do anything.
Right.
And then, a few months later, they kept calling me up. I'm like, I don't want to be a jerk, but I think I'm done with background work. I'm advancing in my career.
Did you rhyme that on purpose? I don't want to be a jerk, but I'm done with background work. Was that on purpose? Just
Yes,
now?
yes. My
That was
grandfather
impressive.
was Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
But and I didn't want to. You don't want to alienate anybody. I said I'm kind of done with background work. My career's moving on. They're like, oh, okay, great. Come in and read for this. It's that easy.
Wow.
So I was a couple of different doctors. I was a prison doctor. I was a morgue doctor.
Ooh.
And I did say,
And you were Dr. Drake Ramore.
I'm like, no, it was very similar. It's a white lab coat every time. I'm
Right.
like, I was a prison psychiatrist 3 months ago. Nobody cares.
No, who cares at all? That's great.
You look good in white. Just go sit on your mark and say a couple of lines, please, please. But I was never the romantic interest. I was always the authoritative
when the
guy.
Organ hits, boom, you never had to.
Well, and we never did I remember doing learning how to soap opera act.
Let's do it, Steve.
Well, somebody's got to stand behind me because there's always the turn to the camera, and then he would be looking over
Well,
my
yeah,
shoulder.
the camera's facing you, so you got to turn around. Go ahead, the camera's right here, so you turn around. So you got to give us, and I'll set you up. Go ahead, turn around. Steve, I am your brother.
That's actually good.
Perfect sound effect for the turn. The Clarabelle the clown.
That was actually my text alert. It's from Mike Del Judas giving me a heads up, a thumbs up.
I think he gave you a little heart there too, a little concern.
I think he gave me a
I think he
heart.
gave you the Tebow.
It's a thumb.
He gave him a heart.
A heart and then a thumb. So he loves a thumb up his butt. That
Yes.
apparently is what he's trying to tell me. All right.
Ooh, I don't think you want to go there with
You know
Michael
those
E.
Florida
Perry.
people.
Yep.
Oh, that was funny.
That was well done, by the way. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Award winning.
you know what? Hang on.
Award winning.
I'll get you.
Now, did you actually?
I'll get you that. There we go.
Oh,
It's a little late, but it's still there because we're on a delay. So
Did
there
you,
you go.
did you actually take soap opera acting?
well, do you act?
No.
No.
Poorly.
Horribly.
Do you act like a normal person?
No. never.
When you're starting out,
Yes.
you take classes with casting directors who teach acting.
Yes.
Because you want to get in front of casting directors.
Okay.
Right.
So I did at one point learn how to act in soaps.
Okay.
Because it was the casting director for All My Children, and that is the guy who brought me back in a
Right.
year later.
All right, so smart.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I got on.
But
and
that
then
was
then they all went away.
That's what they taught you.
Oh, the girl has to stand behind me, and then you turn your head. Obviously, you don't have the headphones on.
Right, right.
But yeah, there's a whole
It's a whole process.
and
Method.
I don't watch soap operas, but
Right.
he went through the three. There's three big things they do.
Right.
And then I sat and watched one. I'm like, oh my god, shot A, shot A, shot B, shot A. Like it's.
Right.
Yeah, you can't just not see it after a while.
Have you been on a soap set?
No.
No.
No. It's just
I don't even think I've ever watched the soap.
they move so fast.
They work really hard. Like
Oh, yeah. They
and
have
like
to.
It's every day.
pages of material.
I think there was a thing done on Lucci once, and she was just talking about how fast it moves, how you don't even know what you're doing till that morning, and it's like din, din,
One of
din.
the days I worked on with Lucci, and I could put her in
Yeah.
my pocket.
But she's
tiny.
nasty.
But she had.
She's a nasty lady.
I don't
Oh,
know
I
if I
didn't know-
heard this right.
I didn't know that.
There's something called the Lucci light.
Oh.
It was like an orb, almost like paper around a light that
Yeah.
they would carry in front of her, like they would do for you, to get rid of the.
Fatness and
What do they call it? The crepe? I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be perfect for my neck waddle and the lines.
the,
It
tur-
just blows
the turkey
out,
gaggle, whatever
but
it's
it
called.
blows out all the wrinkles and crevices.
I want someone like that to walk around me like that. That's awesome. Can you imagine?
I've wanted those ever since that day 15 years ago.
The Lucci light.
The Lucci light. I don't know if that's what it was
Wow.
called or just some angry
Right.
background folks who came up with that name.
Wow.
Yeah, she's nasty.
No, I did some background work on the Adam Sandler thing, but that got thrown in my lap, and that was
Okay.
it.
Yeah, it's not
somebody's
fun.
like, "You want to do it?" I'm like, "All right." So we did it, and
We're going to get you on, what do we call it? The Todd Show? What was that before we were going to do?
No, yes. What was that?
I'm sorry, it was 10 minutes ago.
He was talking to Jill
The
Judas.
meds are starting to wear
Yeah,
off.
all of a sudden he's talking about.
Susan, I'm talking to Mikey.
I'm talking to my buddy Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, so I did some background, but that's it. He does
Okay.
more of it. And then I perform in the murder mysteries, though.
Yeah.
That's kind of considered.
I don't know what
acting.
that is.
Oh, we do murder mystery shows.
I don't know what that is.
We
You don't know what murder mystery shows are?
I don't leave
Dinner
the house.
theater.
Oh.
There's music. It's
Is it-
comedic.
It's a comedic
Like
show where
immersive, like Tony and Tina's wedding type of
Yes.
thing?
it's very
okay.
similar to that, but throw in a murder, and the audience, the characters will go around and talk to the audience, and the audience solves it.
So it's like a live action Clue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yes. Now
but
I
ours is very much in the vein of Tony and Tina. In fact, we've actually worked with Joe Corcoran, who owns Tony and Tina's. We've worked
Oh,
with him.
okay.
Yeah, so
Now
it's
I
very much in
understand.
that vein, that type of theater, interactive.
Okay.
But
Right.
scripted so that they can get the clues and
So I
hints,
act in
but-
that. Does that count?
That
Yes,
totally
it does.
counts.
Totally
That counts?
I just threw up. Hang on.
Nice.
But I have no
Oh,
headshots.
Are you throwing
or
up
anything
again?
like
Are you
that.
all right?
But yeah, I'm good.
You
Thank
call somebody?
Yeah, we'll cut that out. You can fix this in post, right?
No, it's
yeah,
live.
absolutely. I should have worn makeup.
Do you play a corpse every week? Or
No. Actually, I don't die in any of them.
Really?
Yes.
There was one, and I tell the story every time.
Yes, I did
There
die.
was
I
once-
happened to die.
There was one where he died, and and I don't know why. We've had some weird experiences at some of our shows.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. So he dies.
Like a leg falling off.
I don't know what you're talking about. So
I can't believe you went there.
yeah, that's actually happened
But
twice.
it did happen.
That's happened
It did
twice.
happen.
Twice.
It fell off.
Yeah.
My leg. Yeah, my leg fell off. Did you? Right? You
No,
said-
that-
Yeah.
that fell off twice in the show. Two different nights. Yeah.
One, he was crawling under the table. His body came out. His leg stayed on the other side.
The audience didn't know whether to laugh or not. The whole place went silent. Silent. Everybody's like a Little Rascals episode, and everybody's just.
Now, if you could start
Remarkable.
pulling it on a string back under the table, that would have been a big crowd.
Well, we
pleasing.
did turn it into a nice comedy bit because we were trying to get it back on in front of everybody. So it actually worked out really well.
Have you killed anybody with the leg?
No.
In
Not
the show?
yet.
Oh,
but
see,
keep
that
it
would
up.
be a great
Keep
one.
it up, Steve. It's coming.
I mean, I want to be in the one where the guy was murdered by a prosthetic
leg.
leg, and we can't quite figure out who it could be. Who could it be?
Who did
Do you know Anthony Rodia?
No.
You know who that is?
No.
Oh, okay. He's a comedian. He does a show here.
Okay.
He's very funny, but he's been trying to push me to go do stand up, but using the leg as a prop. Like, go out there in long pants, and just,
I thought he was trying to just get you to stand up, which is just very cruel.
without the
your
leg
pants
on. Yeah, without the leg on.
Very rude.
So anyway, yeah, he dies
yes,
in
I
the
did.
show, and he's laying on the floor, and like I said, sometimes
Still
weird things
breathing.
happen. So an audience member comes over and takes his shoes. We have no idea why.
What is this, World War II?
Yeah, it was
Italy?
very
People get
strange.
really into
My
it.
shoes.
Yeah.
But he had a suit on. He was playing almost like a Trump type, a mogul
Okay.
type.
I
But
can see that.
But he takes his shoes off, and he's got on the bottom of his feet these
Big
huge
hole in my
holes.
sock.
No, both socks. It was both socks. The place erupted. We were hysterical. It was so
I
funny.
had no idea somebody was going to take my shoes
Back
off.
to the guy who's now got a new pair of shoes.
To this
Yes.
day, we have no idea. No, we got them back.
We
got it back?
We-
Yeah,
got it
to
back.
this day, we have no idea why the guy. That was got to be almost
Was he
5
like
years
a
ago.
comedy club heckler who just wanted to be part of the show?
No, it
No.
was a
People get
fundraiser
into
for an
it.
organization.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People get into it. It was some organization that hired us. They sold tickets. They
Okay.
raised
You
money.
can,
And
if you decide to leave the house, you can come this Friday. We're performing at Frank's Steaks in Jericho.
Oh, I think I know where that is.
That's in Jericho.
Look at you guys.
One time
Or-
we do some fire show blah, blah, blah,
fire
blah.
show houses.
Fire show houses.
Fire.
Shows at firehouses and
Killed by fire.
One time, like the murder happened, the lady's laying there, and like the two EMTs out of nowhere, out of the audience, like went and grabbed a stretcher, came back and tried to revive. And she used to like, she
That's
doesn't
a
even
good
know
actor.
what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good actor.
Yeah,
Although
it's
she
cool.
did give everybody the finger on the way out. So that wasn't that good of
It's
an
called the
acting.
T-bow now. You got to
She's
really
just-
catch that.
Tebow.
You just
to
right
be the
from under,
needle, now
right
it's-
from under the sheet, you see your hand go come out and give
We
us the
think it
finger.
was a hand.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. So
Cool.
yes, if you can, yes, I act in that if you consider that acting. But I don't have a resume. I don't have a headshot.
You
Oh,
have it.
you have a
it.
headshot.
Yeah, I have headshots now. They made me get them, but I don't have like anything to hand people. I do what I do. That's
Except
all.
his penis.
All right.
And with that, what do you have? So we're out of time. You have anything you want to promote? The podcast? Anything?
The Long Island Explained podcast, longislandexplained.com.
Where do you hear that? Because it's not here.
Yeah,
Son of a bitch.
not here on Ghost Radio. Thanks, pal.
Stole Roach from us.
It's everywhere but here.
No, he still does the podcast.
No,
the
Yeah, he
fucking
still does
podcast.
comedians
He still stole them from us.
on
Comedians
hockey.
on hockey.
I've got one for you guys. We'll talk later.
There you go.
He's lying.
Oh, I am not.
He's not. He's not a fibber.
No.
He's not a fibber.
No.
I like
Thank
him.
you. Thank you.
He's not a liberal fibber like Sally.
You with your patchouli.
Yeah.
LongIslandExplained.com. And yeah, I'll probably be jumping up on stage here and again at Governor's and
Wonderful.
and whenever. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure having you, Steve.
It was simply a delight to be here.
Steve Belanger, everybody. Let's hear it for him. He did a great job. What a nice fella. What a nice young fella.
Young.
Young?
And that's our
You moved up the list, you motherfucker.
and that's our show for today. Tony, give us the plugs.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, you can see us this Friday at the at Frank's Steaks in Jericho. Let's see, but you can see us tomorrow. Tomorrow at the Westbury Public Library, you can see Eric and Sally hosting one of our game shows. An afternoon of fun trivia, some fun party games, lots of laughs, answering just random trivia questions at the Westbury Public Library. And of course, Friday we're at Frank's Steaks in Jericho performing our mob-themed murder mystery. We have a whole bunch of dates in August as well. Actually, July 30th we'll be at the Hewlett-Woodmere Public Library. August 1st we're at the Wantagh Public Library where you'll see Eric and I. August 3rd we'll be doing our Redneck Wedding Murder Mystery at Tiana Shores in West Hampton. And then August 7th, back at West Hampton, where Sally and Eric will be hosting a game show. August 10th, Syosset Library hosting a game show. August 12th, Rockville Center Library hosting a game show. August 13th, a game show. And August 19th, Connecticut Library. We're doing 2 game shows that day at Connecticut Library. I believe that's Eric and his son will be doing those. So go to knockemdeadcomedy.com to see the list of all of our show dates, information on who we are, what we do, and, of course, booking information, photos, videos, testimonials. And don't forget, Friday night, our mob-themed murder mystery at Frank's Steaks in Jericho, as well as October 25th, performing our 80s-themed murder mystery at the Brokerage in Belmore, one of Governor's great comedy clubs. It's a perfect Halloween party. You got murder, you got a costume contest, dress up in your 80s outfits, or dress up in any outfit because we're going to have a costume contest for Halloween. So again, knockemdeadcomedy.com. To learn more about us. August 6th, if you're in the Philadelphia area, the ENA Ensemble is performing an opera called Doris and Jenny, which our own Rick Beck, who does the Rick's Movie Picks, he co-wrote that opera. That's at the Philadelphia Free Library on August 6th at 7 p.m. So check that out. But if you're looking for a great comedy show this weekend, the All-Star Comedy Show here at Governor's in Levittown is going on this weekend. It's always an All-Star Comedy Show here. Don't forget July 27th, Governor's presents Vic DiBitetto at the NYCB Theater in Westbury. Vic is always great. He does an annual event there. In the Little Room here at Governor's in Levittown this weekend, Comedy Workshop with Carrie Kravitz tomorrow night. Saturday night, the Road Rage Comedy Tour. The Brokerage in Belmore this weekend, Maureen Langen will be performing. The Long Island Laugh-Off continues on Sunday. And again, Knockem Dead Comedy, October 25th. McGuire's in Bohemia, the Long Island Laugh-Off continues tomorrow night. All-Star Comedy Show this weekend, and Sunday Night Funnies on Sunday. Go to govs.com for ticket information, full schedule, everything you need to know right there at govs.com. And, of course, there's govsradio.com, some great podcasts right here. Variety of different types of shows. Great podcasts right here at govsradio.com. Lots of great stuff. Monday and Thursday mornings at 9:30, the Long Island Breakfast Club show. Monday afternoons at 1:30, Funny Tank. Monday nights at 6:30, Steve Squared. Monday nights at 8, The Word Show with Mike and Pete, or Jam, Joe's Acoustic Mondays. Tuesday mornings at 10, Tea Time with Teresa. Tuesday nights at 8, Sorry Not Sorry with Anthony Rodia. I hope you watched it last night. It was hilarious. We had the premiere of Two Girls, One Mic last night as well. We replayed it this morning before we went on. It's in our loop. You can hear it occasionally here on govsradio.com, and they'll be on every Tuesday night at 9. Wednesday nights at 7:30, that's tonight. Three's Company is on. Dan Romano follows at 9 o'clock. Thursday afternoons at 1:30, Let's Eat Long Island, and Thursday nights at 8, Limo Talk with Graz, which returns next Thursday, a week from tomorrow. And, of course, there's us, the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. We're on every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on govsradio.com. We thank you guys for the hearts, the likes, the comments, the supports, the phone call, everything you guys do for us. We hope to keep them coming. Don't forget, if you'd still like to order a koozie, you can. We have sold out of them, but if you'd like one, just let us know. If you'd like to see something else, like shirts or hats or something, for not just our show, for any of the shows here at govsradio.com. Let us know. You can email us at govsradio@optimum.net. You can send us a private message on Facebook. You can reach out to Sally, Eric, and I, and let us know what you'd like to see, because we're trying to raise money to, keep funds here in the studio so that we can bring you some great shows, some great product, some quality content, and great guests and everything right here at govsradio.com. So we appreciate it all. Join us again tomorrow. The one and only Bonnie Scalisi from Three's Company radio show, contestant in the Long Island Laugh-Off with Governors. She's joining us tomorrow. Friday, Danielle Asher, Kenny Shevland, and some others will be joining Eric, as Sally and I have the day off. But we'll be back tomorrow at 11. So thanks, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at 11. See ya.